extension of self, you know. That's always very, very important. And now I'm back. So now back into the healing space again. And we're gonna continue where we left off. Now I got quite a few things that I'm getting done tonight, and you're gonna be doing it with me. So I guess you can consider that you're spending a couple of hours of the night with me today. Okay. A little bit stuffy, a little bit. I'm been fasting. I've been fasting. Did a couple of days of fasting and detoxing, right? I don't know if you can tell. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but you can look at my skin. Okay. See that? Fasting. Okay. Fasting. That's the power of fasting. You drink water. You drink some water. You drink some juices. Right. Hold on. Let me do a double recording right here. So, on the fasting, drink water, drink juices, and I avoid eating solid foods for a couple of days. Now, the real fast haven't actually begun yet, but it's going to begin very soon, right? But this was very good. This was very good. I feel great. I was actually sleeping a lot though. That's the only thing. Because I'm not really like eating any food. You know, my body was just like sleeping, 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 sleeping kind of a thing. But you can see it. You see, this is what I'm telling you. You can also age backwards by fasting. It's just that a lot of people just don't want to go a couple of days without eating food. But it's like I said, you don't really have to eat solid foods. You can literally drink juices and you can drink water because if you think about it, your body is really made up of mostly water. Okay, mostly water. Hold on. It's kind of like I'm slightly stuffy, but I'm not stuffy at the same time. But it's bothering me though. Let me see. What do I have here? I should have a mixture of essential oils. Um, mm, that specifically is for clearing my airways. But where is it? Where was the last place that I saw it? Where, or if I have eucalyptus, eucalyptus is good to like clear your airways as well. Damn, just when I need it, I can't find it, and I be seeing it, but now I don't see it. Oh, there it is. You ever have some things that when you're not looking for it, it'll be right there. But when you're looking for it, it's like, yo, where you at? Where you at? Right. So this is. I'm telling you what this is. Okay. So this has in it. It has Bumbuckler. Where is the ingredients at? Okay, so this have it has clove oil, okay? It has eucalyptus oil, it has juniper berry oil, right? Um it have mint oil. What else does it have? Okay, that's it. So basically just clove oil, eucalyptus oil, juniper berry oil, and mint oil. And it's all combined together. So it does do a great job at clearing the airways. Like now you can tell my airways a little bit blocked up a little bit, which is annoying, very annoying. Okay, okay. It's doing something instantly. I like that. I mean, generally eucalyptus also has that effect though. Like if you're ever stuffy and you put some eucalyptus right at your nose and you breathe that in, it clear your airway. Deep breath, hold. Okay, okay. All right. See how long this actually lasts though, but yeah. Clear your airways up pretty quick. I tell you, there's always a herb and there's always a plan for everything. It's just about finding it. And it makes perfect sense when you think about the fact that Okay, so first of all, there's no beginning and there's no end. And so energy cannot be created or destroyed. But let's just go by the biblical text or the biblical reference that a lot of people live their life by. So we want to use this as kind of like the foundational aspect to give significance of this awareness. So let's just say that, okay, at one point there was nothing for real, right? Okay. It's going to be annoying. Okay. Let's just say that at one point there was nothing for real. And then when God said, let there be light, right? Let there be light. And then everything was created. Obviously, the plans was also created during that very same time of creation. And everything is created through divine intention. So everything do has a unique purpose. Just like how you have a purpose. I've been trying to convince you for years to look within yourself to identify and realize that you have a deeper meaning and purpose to life than just what you've been doing. Than just what you've been doing, right? But for a lot of y'all, you just don't want to look within. You just don't want to go within, right? You want to watch TV. You want to watch Super Bowl. You want to go to parties. You want to watch movies and stuff. So, but at the end of the day, I can't really force you to do what you don't want to do. You have to have that desire of a I don't even know how to put it into words. But basically, everything has a unique purpose. And so therefore when it comes to the plant kingdom, everything also has its own unique purpose. It's about you finding it, aligning with it, and utilizing it to do the job that it was designed to do. So yeah, just like when it comes to cleansing out of the intestines and cleansing out the bowels, we're gonna have herbs that are laxative, right? When it comes to herbs to move your circulation, we're gonna have stuff like cayenne pepper, which is the number one blood circulatory stimulant, right? We're gonna have, when it comes to the heart, we're gonna have hawthorn berries, which is at number one for the heart. Lily of the valley, all those stuff are good for the heart, right? When it comes to the kidneys, we're gonna have chanca pedra, which is called stone breaker, which it literally breaks up the calcification of any stones inside of your body. That's something that's very unique with a unique purpose given by creation from the original design. You see what I'm saying? Okay, think about stuff like even to say like arnica. Arnica, you don't really consume it internally, but arnica on your skin can heal a wound, disinfect a wound. That's powerful. Think about slippery and bark or like okra water. Um, think about talking about okra water. I do have some okra water that I put together, and let me just check on it. Let me just check on it, right? Okay, let me just check on it. Okay, say for instance, this is okra water that I put together, right? And we all know that okra water is really, really good. Now, of course, a lot of you guys have you've sexualized okra, because obviously whenever you consume okra water, it basically stimulates your mucous membrane, and so makes your membrane produces more like mucosa in that sense to give more like a slippery consistency. So of course, whenever a woman drink okra water, it does make them their sexual organ to be more slippery in that sense. And yeah, so okra has been taken from being like a sacred medicine to now being like something that people drink to go have sex, which is kind of crazy. I tell you, you guys are too freaky. Y'all are way too freaky out here. You don't have to sexualize everything. All right. But yeah, say for instance, okra water, as you can tell, is very mucilagous. Okay, that's why you have that slimy, that thick slimy consistency, and so it's going to soothe the mucous membrane. So let's say, for instance, if you have irritable bowel syndrome, let's just say that you have leaky gut, then okra water is going to do it for you. Because notice how it's slippery and slimy. So it is more soothing. It's going to soothe the lining of the intestines and the irritation. Because when you have irritable bowel syndrome, the lining of your intestines is very irritated based on the fact that you have bad bacteria and parasites and stuff that are eating against the walls of the intestines. So, side note here is that irritable bowel syndrome is caused by a parasite, nothing else. Leaky gut also caused by a parasite, nothing else. Because what end up happening is these parasites will eat their way all the way through the lining of the intestine and creating a hole. And now you have what we call a leaky gut. So notice that now, if a person have irritable bowel syndrome or they have leaky gut, it's not a good idea to put them on a fire element herbs, because fire element herbs and spices, they burn, right? It's fire. They generate heat. So if a person have irritable bowel syndrome or leaky gut or SIBO or SIABO, I don't know how you guys pronounce it, and then you put them on fire element herbs, the is gonna burn. The stomach's gonna hurt. They're gonna be cramping. You see, because it's already irritated and you're adding fire to it. No, instead, you want something that's soothing. Okay? It's gonna soothe the burn, heal the wound. You see what I'm saying? So now you're gonna need something of a water element herb. See, now we're getting over into the whole elements of plants, which I wasn't even planning to, but sometimes that's just where the wisdom flows. So we just let it flow. So you need something of a water element, right? So when it comes to soothing, slipper and bark is going to be like number one, of course. It's gonna be number one. If you have not tried a slipper and bark as yet, I recommend you do so. You put around 1 tablespoon, okay? Instead of a mason jar, you add spring water to it and then you shake it up, but you need to drink it really, really fast. Okay, if you don't drink it fast, it end up just swelling up and it become a thick, slimy consistency, like sludge like, and then it's hard for you to drink it that way. So normally I would just add 1 tablespoon instead of my mason jar, and then I add my spring water and I just shake it up like this. Right. And then I just drink it real quick. Done. Okay. But the slipper and bark has a very slimy like consistency. And so therefore what it does, it also seals up your intestine and soothe the lining of your intestinal tract. So where you have the irritable bowel syndrome, slipper and bark. Okay. Leaky gut, slipper and bark. Colitis, slipper and bark. SIBO, slipper and bark. Right. Additional support is going to be the okra water, which is very slimy, which is going to do the same thing. Right. Going to do the same thing. It's going to use that slimy mucilaginous consistency to soothe the lining and help to basically heal the mucosal lining of your intestines. Right. Additionally, you can also utilize flax. Okay, flax seeds. Chia seeds is good fiber because after the whole entire process, we do need to come up in there with some fiber, of course, right? So like psyllium husk, good fiber. Chia seeds, good fiber. In fact, I would even recommend for you to um blend out not the flaxseed, blend out the chia seeds and add like 1 tablespoon of the psyllium husk, right? Basically, and put that together and just drink it. Okay, that's going to give enough fiber to go throughout your intestines. And so, what the fiber does, it actually able to bulk up your stool, right? And capture all of the waste sediments and stuff along the lining of the intestine. So, fiber is very, very important because the fiber helps to clean out your intestinal tract as it's moving through. Okay. Then, of course, we have to talk about introducing back the proper probiotics and prebiotics back to your intestines. And as you guys already know, I'm always going to recommend the kombucha. I'm gonna recommend the sauerkraut, which is the fermented. I'm not gonna get it right now, but it's down here. That's going to be the fermented cabbage. We actually made it together on one of the lives. Don't remember exactly which one, but it's in there. It's in there. You probably can find it if you're going through all the lives and watching them, which you should. They contain information that will take you a couple of lifetimes. Okay, and um and everything is here. Okay, kombucha, sauerkraut, and kimchi. I really like kimchi. Haven't had any kimchi in a minute, but yeah, kimchi, kombucha, and sauerkraut. Those are going to be the prebiotics and the probiotics that's going to reintroduce back the healthy gut bacteria. Now, keep in mind, when I say reintroduce, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's going to give you bacteria to put back inside your gut. That is the job of your appendix. Okay, that's actually the job of your appendix. Your appendix actually reintroduces. Let me see if I can get my diagram. I know that we are in fact visual learners. We're visual learners. All right. Wholeness, greetings. Welcome back to the healing space. By the way, are you guys able to share this live? Can y'all share this live for me? Remember that based off the shadow banning, nobody knows whenever I'm live. Okay, so they do try to block me in a sense to um keep my engagement down because we are talking about health information. Okay, once we're talking about how to get healthy, the matrix doesn't like that. Okay, so are you guys capable of sharing this live for me so that the rest of my followers can know that I'm live? If you can, I would deeply appreciate it. Thank you. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, what's funny? I'm supposed to be 3D. I'm supposed to be 3D printing something. I was like, let me 3D print before 3D print before we actually start our live video. So I'm gonna be here for quite a while. So listen, you might as well start making you a cup of tea, okay? Because we have a lot to talk about. Um, okay, so you guys are gonna help me choose, right? So I want to 3D print um a paper towel holder, but I can't choose the one that I like. So I'm gonna okay, this one is cute. Okay, let me see something here. Let me see something here. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so what do y'all think about this one? I think it's cute. What do you guys think? YouTube. Even though I can't really see YouTube comment section. Okay. What do you guys think about this one? You don't think that's cute? I think it's cute. What do you guys think? As a paper towel holder? Okay. YouTube said that they think it's cute too. Okay, so hold up. Okay. Somebody said it's okay. Y'all like it? All right. All right. So all right. So we're actually gonna print it together. Then we're gonna come back to this. Okay. Let me see. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see the 3D printer. I'll move these out of the way. So we're gonna put it to print while we're here. All right. Okay, so y'all can see it a little bit there, right? Okay, so we're gonna print it. We are going to print it. Hmm. Oh, okay. So I mean, it's two separate pieces. Okay, so I guess I have to print like multiple pieces and then it actually assembles together. Okay, so play on. Mm, 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 okay, all right. Mm, okay. All right, so we're gonna print it. Okay, we're gonna print it. Um, okay. Hmm. So I'm gonna print. Basically, it comes, which I have to print like multiple pieces, and then you screw them together into one single assembly. Basically, yeah. I need to make me some tea. I have watermelon. I have a piece of papaya. That's what I'm gonna be having tonight. Hmm. Okay, so I guess I gotta download all of the parts and the pieces. Once the download is done, um, the printing should actually start. Okay. Why not carve one out of wood, which is more natural? I mean, I could, but it's more like wanting to create different things. You know what I'm saying? So with my creativity, it has layers to it in that sense. So yeah, I can carve it out of wood, but I have a 3D printer. So oh, okay. Right. So so one of the reasons why I ended up getting a 3D printer was to print mechanical parts for my capsule machine. Okay, so like capsule machine parts are very expensive. So like if you need a replacement part on a capsule machine, you have to have at least $3,000 to $4,000 to buy the part. However, I can take the measurements from the manual and get on the 3D printer and print the parts myself. You see, so that's the main reason as to why I got a 3D printer. But then I'm like, you know what, we're gonna print a little stuff, and I love to create, so you know, yeah. Somebody say stalking. Okay, I think it's calibrating now. Yeah. Guess you guys can see what it's doing over there. Yeah. All right. In the meantime, what question do you have for me in the meantime until everything gets started up? I also wanted to say when you're on the healing journey, right? Okay. What do you recommend for a woman with fibroids? Okay, so when it comes to fibroids, we have to look at a few different factors. Okay, we look at the fact that obviously hormonal imbalance is at play as well. Adrenal glands are also down, right? Basically. And what we need to do is first we need to open up the lymphatic system. So what tends to happen is this: when your lymphatic system is stagnated, that's how tumors starts inside of the body because the body doesn't have that eliminated pathway to actually get rid of the waste. So therefore, it basically pocket all the waste up into these sacs that we call tumors. Because remember, it's not just fibrosis. People also have brain tumors in different parts of the body basically, and it's caused by the very same thing because the lymphatic system is stagnated. Generally any kind of complication that you have with the body, it actually starts off when the lymphatic system becomes stagnant, you see. So we need to open up the lymphatic system, of course. Next we need to cleanse out the colon, and we also need to do a parasite cleanse. Every single fibroids that have been removed and put under a microscope, we see parasite eggs inside of those fibroids. You see, so parasites are definitely involved. I mean, at this point, I feel like everybody know by now that parasites are involved in just about every single disease. Literally, this is why I stress the importance of parasite cleansing. When I stumbled into the broader knowledge about parasites and parasite cleansing, it was like it was like a shock, but it wasn't that I was so surprised. What I was so surprised about was the fact that they have been suppressing this information and telling people about viruses and telling people about, oh, this is a disease, damn well knowing that its parasites are the cause. And I started to delve back into the books from the 1920s, right? 1905, 1910, 1920, 1930, 1940, right? And come to find out, it was well known that these diseases are caused by parasites. And so during that time, when you go to the doctors, they normally put you through a parasite cleanse, right? But notice how now it's like parasite cleansing is not even a thing that exists in society. When you go to your doctor, they never tell you about parasite cleansing. They never test you for parasites, right? They talk about the big C. Oh, get chemotherapy, get this, get that. Whole time it's parasites. the big C is caused by parasite. And you can look into Dr. Royal Rife, which was he developed the first most powerful microscope, and he created what we call the Rife machine that he was using, and a lot of doctors was using it during the 1900s to get rid of cancer, and then they suppress it. They confiscate all the equipments and suppress it. You can look this up. It's not hidden information. You guys are just not aware of it, and you will never see it on TV. Okay, you'll never see it on TV. So parasite cleansing is very important. Okay, something's going on back there. So I guess in a couple of hours we're gonna have a paper towel holder. You heard? Yeah. I actually do need some sage tea. Do need some tea. So mama, parasite cleansing. Okay, do some parasite cleansing for sure. Okay, it is a must that you do some parasite cleansing. Open up your lymphatic system. Cleanse out your colon. Fruit flies are wilding. Open up your colon, of course, and you change your diet. When you do a colon cleansing, do a parasite cleansing, open up your lymph, you're gonna notice that the fibers even start to come out. Now, there are some key herbs that can definitely help you along the way too, like Arco, which shrink tumors, eliminate parasites. Also, red clover, great for fibroids. Okay. Uva ursi, those are great as well. Shepherd's purse, those are also great as well. But here's the thing, we also need to somewhat try to get away from the whole um, treating a symptom, because that's kind of like the protocol of the matrix, where it's like, oh, this is happening to me, and they're like, oh, take this pill, take that for this, take that for this. That's one aspect of it, of how to approach something. But ultimately, if you just clean out your body entirely, no disease can thrive inside of the body. You literally heal every single ailment, every single disease, by removing the pollutants, by removing the obstructions, by removing the heavy metals, and by removing the parasites. As Dr. Clark says, there's nothing else that exists that can cause a disease inside of the human body aside from what? Pollutants, obstructions, heavy metals, and parasites. You see? So, yes, a lot of times I'll tell you what to use for something specifically, but still, I also prefer for you to also, in accordance with the herbs that I'm giving you for a particular thing, to also do a full body cleanse, because that's how you're going to rid the body of everything that does not belong inside of it. You see? So, yes, you can take some white willow bark for pain, for inflammation. It will get rid of the pain, because white willow bark is what they use to make aspirin. So yes, that will work. Yes, I can tell you to use some elderberry to cleanse out your respiratory tract, and some mullein to strengthen your lungs and purify your lungs, right? And it is going to work. It is very, very powerful, because even the Native Americans use the mullein to strengthen their lungs by smoking it. And I just want you to think about how powerful that is. The fact that something is so strong that even if you smoke it, it still does its job. That's fucking incredible, right? Yes, right. And we can talk about using the cascara sagrada to open up your colon, to send it to the bathroom, because it is an amazing laxative. You see, we can talk about cayenne pepper for the blood, the best blood circulator stimulant. We can talk about valerian root, gotocola for the brain, blue vervain for the nervous system, catnip for the nervous system, Santa Maria for the nervous system. And all these things is going to help you, because that's what God designed them to do. But at the same time, we're still not getting to the root cause of the problem. You see? So it's like, okay, the herbs is going to help you. You're going to feel good. But guess what? The root cause of the problem is the acid. It's the inflammation. It's the heavy metals. It's the parasites. These things have accumulated inside of your body since you were a child, since your mom was giving you ice cream and pizza slice from Domino. And I hope you guys see that whole thing about Domino Pizza. I'm not going to say nothing. Go look it up yourself. You'll see, right? So these things have been accumulated into the body for a series of years. And now you're an adult and you've been eating the same inflammatory trash foods. Now I want you to think about this. Did God make any of these foods? Okay. Oh, okay. So I guess it's making it. Okay, it's making it. Okay. So now, as I'm saying, did God make any of these foods that you've been eating for most of your life? No. So authentically, you're not in alignment with the cosmic arrangement at all. You're living a lifestyle that totally goes against nature. This is not an opinion. This is not how I feel. And a lot of times people want to take certain things that I say personal because it makes them feel uncomfortable because it kind of like rug pull them from the fake reality that they've been living. But listen, everything that I talk about here or I bring to the table is not my personal opinion. I'm bringing you facts. Okay, so don't be getting mad at me. Like I don't know you in real life. You see, generally you can consider me to be like a stranger on the internet, even though nobody within the healing space are strangers. But I'm just saying, getting offended by things because it makes you uncomfortable. Listen, you need to operate from facts and what is true, not how it makes you feel. Obviously, truth have always made people feel uncomfortable, especially when it makes them feel guilty. They tend to feel attacked. But I just want you to keep in mind here and understand that. Listen, it's facts. You cannot override facts, the facts of reality. And the fact of reality is this: everything that you've been eating since a child up until now is not from nature, which means that God never intended for you to eat that. So, yes, you're living a lifestyle that goes against the cosmic arrangement. Therefore, the consequences for that is going to be the disease that you're experiencing. Now, let's just look at a few different things. We have to bring this into a full circle. Let's take a look at white rice. Nature, God didn't make white rice. Yes, it still grows out of the earth, but it hasn't been altered through gene splicing and genetic modification. That's not natural. It was never a natural, it was never a natural expression of source. So you were never supposed to actually have it, but that's what you guys eat. Oh, I'm eating sushi, rice, and trash. Okay. Then when we talk about even to say like the pizzas that you eat, the breads that you eat, the waffles, that shit is made from the very same wheat that is genetically modified. God didn't make that. God gave you spelt. God gave you rye. God gave you teff. God gave you kamut. These are natural wheats that naturally come from nature. But the one that's making all of your bread and your flour, your pastries, that's all synthetic shit. So it makes perfect sense as to why you're sick. Nothing that you're eating comes directly from nature as something that complements your body or your genetical structure. This is common sense. Okay? Now, that's the rice, that's the flour. Let's go over and take a look at the sugars. The sugars you're consuming are processed sugars. These are not natural sugars that come inside of fruits and vegetable. Okay, vegetable contain glucose, fruits contain fructose, right? But here's the thing. The sugar you're consuming have been boiled at 450 degrees. Keep in mind that the human body goes up to around 108. 105, 106, that's the regular temperature to where everything is normal. Normally, once you get over 110, people start to be like, yo, you got a fever. Oh my God, go to the emergency. Which is kind of crazy because whenever you have a fever, that's actually your body heating itself up for a specific process to heal itself or to destroy a bacteria or pathogen. So fever is never even bad. Fever is a good thing, right? But I'm just saying to add some, info into the context here. You're consuming processed sugar that was boiled at 4 times the temperature of your body. Are you okay? And this is what I mean when I say that people think that they're intelligent because they go to school, but they're actually very stupid. School really dumbs you down because you're incapable of exercising your mental faculty to use it as a guide to navigate your very own reality, because you can't think for yourself. You're consuming sugar that is boiled at 4 times the temperature of your own body. How the fuck would you believe that your body can process that? You see what I'm saying? Where's your common sense? But look what you eat. The ice cream truck comes around, you run outside with you and your kids. Ice cream, oh my God. Your birthday cake with the icing on top. Your wedding cake with the icing on top. Pure processed sugar. The sodas you drink. The frosted flakes, the honey nut Cheerios, the tricks of the kids, the lollipops, the cotton candy, the sugar in the chocolate bars. It's all processed sugar. God never intended for you to have that. You see what I'm saying? So you're literally consciously violating your own body and claiming that you're intelligent. No, you're a very stupid person because you're not thinking. You're not using these faculties to make sense of reality. You see? So there we have the rice, there we have the flour, and there we have the sugar. Need I go any further? And keep in mind, I'm not even talking about the artificial flavors yet. All them different colors in your candies and your ice cream and your trick sorted kids, your honey nut Cheerios, your cotton candy. Those are all artificial flavor that's synthetically derived from a laboratory, cancer causing pathogenic carcinogens. But everything is okay, right? Everything is okay. Let the kids have the candy because you eat it yourself. I'm just trying to show you how your diet is a complete trash, poison. And I'm breaking down each thing into each segment so you can see it for yourself. So again, when I'm sharing certain information, is to enlighten you so that you can wake up from the sleep, from the programming, from the illusion, and start to make better choices in your own life. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I can't tell you what to do. But it would be a good idea if you actually listen and just follow through, because it is in alignment with your highest good. Okay? Now, let's go over to your meats. Now, we've talked about this before. I'm not going to go too deep into it, right? Um, as I said before, people live in different countries, different places, different cultures. So I can't tell you what to eat. What I can tell you, though, which is a fact, is that the overconsumption of animal products destroys your body, because the human body's hydrochloric acid is not capable of really breaking down meat like that consistently. Okay, that's why when you use the bathroom, it smells so crazy, because that decomposition process is taking place inside of your body. A real carnivore, like a lion, a hyena, dogs, the hydrochloric acid is more hotter than what we have. Their intestines is also 5 feet long, not 25 feet long like human beings. You see what I'm saying? These are facts again. So you can't argue with facts. So it's not my opinion. I'm giving you the straight up facts as to why overconsumption of this thing is not really good for you, because your body's not compatible. Your body was not never designed to process that. Okay? So those are two facts. The intestines in a real carnivore is shorter. The carnivore's hydrochloric acid is more hotter. A carnivore also eats its meat raw. You have to cook it, and you put seasonings on it, which are herbs, to basically trick your taste buds to eat it. Think about that. The fact that you can't just eat it the way it is goes to show that it was never meant for you. So you gotta use fire to change the molecular arrangement and structures. Then now you're adding seasonings, which is just herbs. So you see, you're unconsciously admitting that your taste buds are naturally attuned to plants, herbs, which are the spices. You marinate the meat in those spices so that your taste bud accept it. You're like, oh, this is so good. Would it have been so good without those herbal seasonings marinated? No. But notice how a real carnivore will enjoy that, because they're designed to eat it. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat meat, none at all. I'm not saying that. I'm going to bring into you the facts, though. So that's one aspect. Now let's look at high cholesterol. What causes high cholesterol? Animal fat. Cholesterol only exists because of animal fat. It doesn't exist anywhere else. I just want you to think about that. It does not exist anywhere else. So if you're going to the doctor, you're taking drugs for high cholesterol. Again, you look stupid because you're taking drugs for high cholesterol while you're eating the very same source of the high cholesterol. How about you just stop eating the animal products for a couple of years and the cholesterol naturally gets metabolized and burnt out of your body and your arteries are now clean? When you have high cholesterol, your arteries become blocked up with animal fat. The blood vessels and the arteries. So now blood can circulate throughout your body no more because the arteries become so blocked up. And that is actually what causes cardiovascular diseases, right? Yes. Cardiovascular diseases is responsible for killing most people. A matter of fact, let's take a look. Because again, I just love to bring the facts to our conversation. So y'all can be like, oh bro, that's just what you think. We need protein, we need vitamin B12. Because most people are brainwashed. So let me just bring the facts to you real quick. How okay, yearly death rate for cardiovascular diseases. Now keep in mind, I'm using the very same Google and the very same little pocket computer that all of you have right now. So you can do this research for yourself. Do the research with me. Okay? Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of mortality globally. There it is. Okay? On your very own Google. Okay? There it is. Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of mortality globally. It accounts for an estimated 19 to 20 million deaths worldwide each year. So 20 million people die every year of cardiovascular disease. Okay? Basically. It says here, in the United States, cardiovascular disease remains the number one killer, claiming over 900,000 Americans' lives annually. There you go. Okay? So, now let me ask you a question. 20 million people die every year, and let's just round off that 900,000 people in America to 1 million people. 1 million people every year in America die from cardiovascular disease, and 20 million globally. What causes cardiovascular disease? Animal fat, cholesterol that clogs up your arteries. So need I say anything more? Need I say anything more? So you see what meat does to you. Okay, where does the cholesterol come from? Animal fat. It only exists in animal products. But notice what they told you. Oh, your brain need fats and cholesterol for the brain to be healthy. All of y'all are sacrificed. So every year, 20 million people get sacrificed. Because remember, we talk about even the whole entire system operates in deep occult sorcery. You guys know this by now. Y'all seen the files. Y'all know how deep this goes, right? Yes. Okay. Now, to make it even worse, because notice people like indigenous people and people, like primitive people, they don't experience the same kind of diseases you guys experience. Notice that even though they eat animal products, you want to know why? They do parasite cleansing. They also do not overconsume meat. I mean, in a sense, you can say that they do consume meat very regularly, but still, they're hunting it down. You see, so they're moving. Their lymphatic system is moving. Their body is metabolizing everything. And what? And the animal is wild animal. I'm just bringing you the facts here. Feel how you want to feel. Okay. So let's just take a look at the difference between you who eat meat and a primitive person or an indigenous person who live, like, say, for instance, the people of the Amazon rainforest. Say, for instance, the people in Africa. They're not dying from cardiovascular disease like how you got 1 million people dying in America every year. So what is the difference? How come they're okay? Not to say everybody's okay, right? But they're somewhat not as, you know, sick as people in America or globally, right? So what are the facts? Now let me bring the facts to the table. Okay, let me bring it to the table. Okay. So here's what it is. First of all, the animal that they're eating is wild caught animal. The animal that you eat is a farm-raised animal, injected with growth hormones, steroids, and antibiotics. Okay, let's talk about that. So you're not eating a real animal, you're eating a farm-raised animal. First of all, injected with chemicals. I'll leave that with you right now to go look into it and question your life and your reality. Okay, that's the thing. Secondly, you just go to the supermarket to buy meat. You're not earning it. You see, primitive people are people in different countries. They're hunting. They're on their feet. They're in the jungle. They're hunting down their catch. You sit on a couch watching television and order on Grubhub, right? Uber Eats, Instacart. That's all you do. You're lazy. You're not doing nothing to earn that. You're not earning your catch. You're just buying farm raised animals at a restaurant. When you go to the supermarket, it is the same thing again. And here's the crazy part. Do you guys know that most of those animals that you're buying in a supermarket have been sprayed with carbon monoxide to look fresh? Listen, that animal been died 9 weeks ago. Okay? The meat is already decomposing. They spray carbon monoxide on it for it to look fresh and red. Again, go look it up. Because sometimes people be believing that, oh bro, that's just your opinion and how you feel. I only speak facts. Okay, so you're not even eating a fresh animal. You're eating something died 9 weeks ago, bro. Disgusting. Ugh. Let me shiver even thinking about it. Like, listen, you listen, y'all are different. Y'all are really, really different. That's crazy. Okay. Anyway, so we've covered your rice, we've covered your flour and your wheat that make all your bread and your pastries and all that stuff, your crust on your pizza. It's same thing that makes you your burger, your pancakes, your waffles, same trash. So we've talked about that. Okay, I'll bring the facts to you. Okay. The sugar, I brought the facts to you. The meat, I brought the facts to you. Now, have you noticed how you guys don't eat nothing else aside from that? Either rice, flour, wheat, derivative bread, biscuits, crusts, waffles, whatever, then animal products, processed sugar. That's why most people have no immune system. None of the food that you eat have any kind of a phytonutrients or minerals or essential vitamins that your body really needs. Because you're not eating God's food. You're not eating God's food. That's why you're kept in a low state of consciousness and vibration. That's why you can't wake up from the illusion. It's the food. Why you guys think that I go so hard when it comes to the food? Because listen, once I came into realization of this, I was doing some deep research into some occult studies and esoteric knowledge and some alchemical books, and that's when everything was actually revealed to me. I was like, damn, this is deep. Come to find out, the Kabbalistic priests who delve into deep levels of sorcery, they're the ones who own the factories and the fast food companies. They're the one who owns it. And so what they've been doing, they've been actually engineering all the ingredients from a level of alchemical knowledge. You see? So when you see all those ingredients inside of the foods that you're eating or the processed food that you're eating, it's deliberately, intentionally put inside of it to affect you on a certain level, to affect you consciously. Notice that also the colors of the bags or the colors of the products, they use a lot of red and yellow. Those are attuned to the lower chakras. So you see, the people who are actually processing these foods and selling it to you is doing it from an occult level of understanding of how to control, is it, and suppress consciousness. You, on the other hand, think that, oh, it's a conspiracy theory, bro, it's a hocus pocus, because you just want to keep eating the shit that you're addicted to. You don't realize that they've been literally engineering and manufacturing disease in your body. Literally. Because you cannot have a disease aside from it being manufactured inside of your body by you consuming certain substances and chemicals. How many more lives do I have to do for you to wake up? I've been at this for like 15 years straight. And it's like some of y'all are still not getting it. I don't know. I don't know in what ways do I need to break it down. I've okay. I've even went from one point to be like, yo, let me just start using visual representation because it's that they're not getting it. First, we went from the scientific perspective, we went from the physiological perspective, then I end up going to the spiritual perspective, the metaphysical perspective. I went to every single layers and bring it to the table and say, hey, look, see, this is why this is happening. You need to stop eating everything that they've told you to eat. It's the world that have been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth, in the words of Morpheus in the Matrix. That's what he says to Neo. It is the world that have been pulled over your eyes, Neo, to blind you from the truth. Okay? You know what? Let me. Oh, oh, that looks so good. On the 3D printer, it's doing its thing, right? So, what does it mean when it says it is the world that have been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth? Okay, let me pause this. Okay. 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 What does it mean when it says it is the world that have been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth? Exactly, it's referring to the awareness that, remember, when you came into the world as a little baby, your mind is very vulnerable. This is the exact reason why children or little kids, they can learn multiple language if you start to train them in multiple language, versus when they've become adult like us. It's hard for our brain to learn a new language, but as a baby they can learn multiple language because their brain is in a very receptive state where it can absorb. It's very absorbable. So it's just absorbing everything. And this is nature's natural way to allow you to learn human language. You see what I'm saying? Because generally you have to depend upon the people that's been here already to teach you the human language, to teach you how to conduct yourself. You're learning human behavior. So the brain naturally goes into that receptive state to allow you to adapt. You see? So during that very same stage as a baby, I want you to understand that you're very vulnerable. And so as you came in and you're learning human behavior, human language, you start to take on the programming too. And so they start to feed you certain food. They start to indoctrinate you with religion. They send you to school. Schools start to project all this stuff into your imagination before you even get to the age to control your own imagination. So you see, and now it becomes like a feedback loop because you're looking around and you're seeing everybody doing the same thing. They're eating the same thing, acting the same way, behaving the same way. So that's the kind of like affirming back to your mind as a feedback loop to say, this is real. This is reality. This is true. You see? So it's the world that have been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. That's exactly what Morpheus meant in the Matrix. So yes, you're gonna have to unlearn and relearn, reprogram your own mind. So everything that they've told you that, hey, this is good for you, eat this, or go to school and get an education so that you can be successful in life. That's bullshit. John D. Rockefeller, who created the General Educational School Board, said it in his own words, I need a nation of workers, not a nation of thinkers. You see? So, yes, every single thing that they've told you to eat. Remember, oh, milk strengthens your bones, drink more milk. That was literally a commercial or a slogan funded by the dairy industry. The dairy industry simply just wanted to make billions of dollars off dairy products. So they just funded a whole slogan to tell people that, hey, milk strengthen your bones. Milk don't strengthen your bones. Calcium and phosphorus is what strengthen your bones. And your body can't even basically absorb calcium without iodine. Iodine has to go to the thyroid gland. And the thyroid gland via the parathyroid gland is what responsible for the absorption of calcium. So if you truly want to strengthen your bones, you're gonna need stuff like sea moss, which comes with the iodine, which supply the thyroid gland to allow the absorption of the calcium. You're going to need stuff like watercress, stuff like oranges, kale. Those are stuff that give you calcium with phosphorus. Does milk give you calcium and phosphorus? Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's just that it's just laughable the type of shit that you guys believe. And then all of a sudden, after they told you that, every single American start to pour their kids milk and cereal in the morning. It was simply just a program. None of your ancestors ate that shit. No people from ancient civilization ate that shit. So now you're pouring a bowl of milk with some frosted flakes, which was made from corn, full of synthetic processed sugar again. With corn, your body can't even digest corn. No human body can digest corn. That's why whenever you eat corn, you poop it right back out. What are we talking about here? You see what I'm saying? But notice everybody faithfully eat frosted flakes and milk. I'm pretty sure right now, as we're having this conversation, a lot of y'all got that shit on top of your refrigerator. You got it in a cupboard, right? It's okay. You don't gotta hide. Mm. But let me tell you something. If you have any kind of cereal in your house right now, go to the kitchen and throw it in the trash. Okay, this is the start of how you break up attachment with things that are not serving you. Go to the kitchen, get the frosted flakes and throw it in the garbage. I don't give a shit if the kids get mad tomorrow morning. Who's the parent? Okay, it's so crazy sometimes. Y'all be calling me for a consultation and y'all be like, oh, my little baby have eczema. The teacher said he's not focused, he's not paying attention in class, right? And then I'm like, yo, so what do you give the baby to eat on a daily basis? Turn to find out ice cream is in the fridge. Frosted flakes and honey nut Cheerios on top of the refrigerator and cereal in the morning. And then when I tell you to, hey, dispose of the ice cream now, dispose of the ice cream, get rid of the cereal, okay? Get rid of the Pop Tarts, especially that. Listen, that Pop Tart is killing y'all. Then y'all want to tell me about, you know, he's gonna throw a tantrum. Who gives a fuck? Who's the parent? That's the next thing that I notice in America as well. You guys spoil your children. Let me ask you a question. Do you think by spoiling your children, do you think that that's some kind of you expressing love towards them? No, you're actually harming them in the long run. You see? They don't get to develop themselves maturely and mentally when you spoil them. You do not spoil your children. Listen, in Jamaica, the type of shit that I see you guys in my country, my island, nah. Okay? You can't even talk back to your parents crazy. Like what? You get your ass whooped instantly. Okay? In America, I hear kids talking about, fuck you, mom. What? I was so shocked when I see how American kids talk back to their parents. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. Hold on, let me try to clear my nostril. Give me a second here. Give me a second here, because I'm just so stuffy. Okay. Yeah, listen. I could not believe it. Kids talking about fuck you, mom. I was like, what the hell? Listen, I had no idea that shit was even possible for kids to be talking to their parents crazy. But then I end up learning that in America, you guys spoil your children. You act like like the kids is the parent of the house. So again, I don't give a shit about them throwing a tantrum. Okay, if you want that, listen. If you want your kids to get better and their immune system to come back, that eczema to clear up, and them to start to be more focused in school, throw out all of the cereal. No more cereal. That's done. No more Pop Tarts. No more lollipops. That's gone. No more ice cream. That's gone. No cotton candy. That's gone. So listen, if you're not willing to do so, then you don't really love your kids. You don't. And most people don't really love their children as they think they are because they don't even love themselves. If you never love yourself, how are you gonna love anybody else? I feel like that's kind of like a well shared delusion that people have. They're not realizing the mechanics of how this work on a mental plane. If you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else because you're not familiar with the energy of love in the first place if you've never cultivated within your own self. How can you know what it is? The energy is foreign to you until you've cultivated it within you. You're not familiar with true love until you've cultivated the love yourself. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. Oh, because I love them, I give them whatever they want. No, just programmed and delusional. Okay, you don't help anybody by spoiling them. So again, the sugar has to go. Okay, I know a lot of you are grown as adults as well. You're also addicted to sugar. I see the amount of sugar you guys put inside of your coffee in the morning time. Some people even consume synthetic sugar. That's the scariest thing. That's scariest thing. So a lot of y'all, you're addicted to sugar. Snicker bars, unlimited Snicker bars, right? Coca-Cola, Pepsi, all that kind of shit. Mountain Dew, all that kind of type of shit. I see y'all drinking. Um, what's that popular processed sugar drink that everybody drink? It's very cheap. It's very cheap. It comes in a long can like this, right? And it's like $1. It's like $1, like probably like $1 25 for it now. And everybody drink it because it's so cheap. But nobody think about the chemicals that's inside of that shit. What's the name of it? You can go inside of any corner store. It's like a thin aluminum bottle, which is crazy. You guys are drinking out of aluminum, which is a heavy metal. Okay. Yes, Arizona. Yep, goddess. Arizona. Yep. Look at Arizona. I mean, you don't think to yourself and be like, yo, why is this so cheap? Now, I want you to think about the aluminum can that's inside of. Think about how much money we take to manufacture that, right? Then I also want you to think about the colors and the whole design on the container. Then also the poison that's inside. Do you believe that them selling that for $1 can cover the manufacturing price? No. So why is it so cheap? Just $1. But see, in your mind, it's like, yo, just $1, get me something to drink. That's poison. You're drinking nothing but carcinogen and processed sugars in there and food colorings and stuff like that. See, you guys don't think. That's what I'm saying. How did you go to school and claim that you're so intelligent, but you really, really just can't navigate your own reality? I was talking to an elder of mine, and he says that's one of the main reasons why stuff like governments work. When people go vote, because when they vote, they're energetically saying that, hey, I'm incapable of governing over my own life. So therefore, I'm going to appoint this person to tell me what to do and to make decision on my behalf and my family so that I can live because I've not developed myself on a conscious spiritual level to govern my own life. Did you guys know that that's what it means whenever you vote? Whenever you vote and you cast your ballot or whatever, however that shit goes. I've never voted a day in my life. I would never participate in some bullshit like that. Okay, ever since a young age, I know that that shit was some bullshit, right? But that's what you're saying. Because remember, your signature. Well, that's one thing people don't know. Your signature carries your energy of consent. That's the main reason why you need to sign. You need to sign something. So I have this one fruit fly that's coming around here because I have my watermelon and my papaya, and yeah, I'm gonna catch him though, right? So yeah, so your signature carry an energetic imprint of consent. So when you go and you cast that ballot and you vote for whatever president you're voting for, you're saying spiritually that, hey, I'm incapable of governing my own life. So therefore, I'm going to appoint this person to govern over my life, make decisions for me, and represent me, basically. So that's why when you guys are complaining about, the government is signing this into law and this is good, that's what you all voted for. Now, of course, we understand that again. Not I don't really want to go into the political arena, but just to tap into it a little bit, your vote doesn't really count. Really, you don't determine who the president is. Never will. It has never been that way. They've just given you what we call the illusion of choice. Okay, remember, behind the whole system, there's people who's ahead, who's above, who is actually dictating who they want to put in place to run the next couple of years of illusion on your ass. Listen, at the end of the game, the king and the pawn goes back in the same box. Hope you understand that. So as you guys even know, it's what we call the electoral college that actually determines who the president is. So you see, it's still within the confines of the system and the controllers and the puppet masters, and then they just want to get your consent that you're willing to allow yourself to be ruled and governed over by foreign corporations and foreign bodies and cults and secret societies, basically. That's simply just what it means when you cast your vote. You've given consent. Say, hey, I want to be ruled over. I want to be governed by. And that's all it took. You've come into agreement with it. So therefore, whatever the president or anybody do, whatever law, whatever they sign into law, you can complain all you want. Those people be complaining, but what I've complaining ever did anything? Your complaining never change anything because you're already given agreement and consent that they can make any decision on your life that they please to do. And keep in mind, the system is not here to support the human spirit or to create a place where everybody can be happy. The system is built up on slavery, literally just slavery, corporate slavery. Okay, and all the politicians live the rich life and whatever, and everybody else on the bottom part of the hierarchy, or the puppets who live on the farm. Have you ever read that book by George Orwell, The Animal Farm, or 1984? Easy. But yeah, that's something I want you to think about. Okay, so yeah, this whole entire system, you've came into the world and you saw it and you think that it's real life, but we're not supposed to be living this way. We're not living a lifestyle that even supports the human spirit. Most people's angry, stressed out. You see, literally. Look at the violence. Look at even the medical system that have people deluded. Yeah. So again, only thing I can do right now is try to help you to get healthy. That's what I'm here for. That's what I was created to do. Okay. And share information with you to open up your awareness so that you can make better decisions for yourself. Because at the end of the day, remember, there's one thing that I had to learn. You can't just force 8 to 10 billion people to change. So a lot of times we're like, yo, I would love to change the world for the world to become a better place. But what my elder taught me, he said, listen, you can't force 10 billion people to change because everybody was bestowed from God their own power of free will. So just like how some people find certain things valuable, other people don't find it valuable. You get what I'm saying? You can't force nobody to change. The only way the world can change is for each person individually to go through their own inner change and evolution and become a better person or a better version of themselves. And then holistically, everybody, the world will become a better place. You see what I'm saying? So now I understand that there's no way you can just force anybody to change. They have to go through that change from within their own self. How are we going to initiate that change? Through the transformation of consciousness. That's what the Bible say. Be what does the Bible say? Be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Yes, that's what the Bible means. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind. So the world will never change by you saying, "Hey, please change, you guys. Why don't you change and we all become a better place and live in love and unity and harmony and balance?" That will never work. That will never work. Okay, that's why my teachings is literally on the foundation of the inner transformation that you need to go through. Not no religion, not no cult, not no none of that. It's about you going within your own self. And notice every single conversation for the last 15 years that we've talked about is all about leading you back to yourself. It's all about you going within yourself. How hard can that be for you to grasp? Go within. Do the inner work. Stop eating the trash foods that God never intended for you to eat. Stop consuming garbage propaganda and shit online and read book and meditate. Do fasting. Even the Bible says Christ fast for 40 days. Most of y'all never fast for 40 days your whole entire life. You never fast. So you see, you're in the vibration of consumption. Consume, 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 consume. Eat this, eat that, eat this, eat that. And when you're done consuming food, you're consuming propaganda and gossip and drama. Then you're consuming entertainment. Then you're consuming religion. How about just be still? Stop consuming and be still. The Bible also said, "Be still and know that I'm God." It's a manual telling you how to raise your consciousness. But you guys have been programmed into this subservient slavery state that you think that, oh, you need to worship something. It's teaching you how to transform. Be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Be still, know that I'm God. You see what I'm saying? Be still. So this is what I always say for people who's deep into religion. Don't tell me, listen, don't tell me nothing about the scriptures as if you're holy and you're godly. I already know the scriptures. In fact, I want you to embody the scripture. Don't tell me shit. Show me. Embody the fucking scripture, right? If you claim that you're a religious person and you follow the word of God, embody it. Let me see you eating the foods that God said to eat. I give you seed and fruits for food. Let me see you wearing the materials that God tells you to wear with your clothing. Most of y'all wear polyesters. You see what I'm saying? Christ fast for 40 days. Embody Christ. Fast for 40 days. I want you to embody the teachings of the very religion you claim to worship, not just talking about it. That's the difference. And that's what, and, you know, this is the reason why I say to people that you gotta stay far from religion because it's all just another fucking trap, honestly. Embody the teachings. That is the proper way, not talking about it. Listen, even the Bible talks about how God cast the demons into the swines. You guys eat bacon. You guys eat pork. What are we talking about here? How you religious and you never fasted 40 days before? You're just a follower. You're not embodying Christ consciousness. I want you to embody Christ consciousness. Don't tell me about no Christ. Go embody it. Let me look at you and see it on you. See it in your demeanor. See it in your aura. See what I'm saying? You say God is love, then be love. Show love to others. But instead, what I see you guys are doing? Gossip, drama, tearing each other down. But you're religious, right? You're not representing that harmony at all. So we can clearly tell how this reality is unfolded into various layers of illusion. Again, you go within yourself. Look within. Okay, look within, not outside. That's the message. Look within, not outside. I don't know how many times we're gonna have these conversations. How many times we're gonna have to talk about it for you to get it. Now, let me ask you this, right? And I think it's just about every single life I have to bring the same thing up and up again and again and again and again. Where were you at in 1930? You say, damn, I don't know. Where was you at in 1930? You don't know, right? You don't know where you was at in 1930. How about 1920? Where were you at in 1920? You don't know. Why am I even asking you this question? Not like I was around either, right? I know. But here's the thing. If you was not here during that time, where was you at? Okay, we don't have that information right now. Okay, we don't have that information right now. However, the awareness is that at one point you was not here. Let me boil my water really quick. Okay, at one point you was not here. And then your parents was out there fucking, open up the portal, and you came in. Let's just be real about it. Okay? Let's just be real about it. Forgot to put on my sage tea. We've been chatting this whole entire time. Mm. And so I'm gonna do some sage tea here. I have more empty sage left. Oh, actually, I do have red clover too. Almost forgot. We're gonna do sage for now. Got me some nice sage. Someone said, "Let's open up a portal." Why you, why you want to do that? You're trying to leave. All right. So I like to make my sage a little bit strong. Hmm. That should be good. That should be good. I ran out of the rubber bands. Ran out of rubber bands. I normally like to use a rubber band to like my bag, but we ain't got none. Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. So this is fresh red clover that I harvested. See how beautiful that is? Fresh red clover. Look at that. Fresh from nature, okay? Fresh, fresh from nature. hmm In fact, we could even add a little bit of rosemary to it too. Should I? Should we add a little bit of rosemary to this stage? We could. We could, right? Okay, let's experiment. We're gonna put a little bit of rosemary. Where's the rosemary? Where's the rosemary? Oh, there you are. Don't you be hiding from me? Come here. You did. Rosemary, the divine goddess. Okay. Mmm. So good. And put a little pinch of rosemary in it because I still want the sage to do its thing. So we're gonna add a little bit of rosemary, not too much, not too much, not too much. hmm Sensational. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Boom. We'll just put this aside and let it do its thing. Oh, oh, don't you do that? Okay. There we go. Mm, should be good there. All right. So I'm gonna let this sit for around 20 minutes. 20 minutes in steep. We're gonna let the 2D printer do its thing again for a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, so I was saying, right? So you was not here in 1920s, 1930s, or 1940s. So where was you at? Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, you can type number 6 in the comment section. Um, it should give you like a discount code. I don't think the discount code is active right at this moment. A matter of fact, let me activate the discount code, and I'll give you guys 20% off if you need anything from the website. Hold up. Let me activate a discount code for you. Yeah. So type number 6 in the comment section and tell me if you get. So okay. So it's not gonna work on YouTube. It's not gonna work on YouTube or on Instagram. But type number 6 in the comment section and let me know if you get a DM immediately. Let me know. Let me see here. Let me see. Type number 6. Tell me if you get a DM. I'm gonna activate the coupon code. for anybody here that wants to get anything from the website. And I'm gonna tell you what we have, even though you'll see everything on the website anyway. Remember, we're talking about parasite cleanse. I recommend for everybody to be doing parasite cleanse. If you have never done a parasite cleanse, you need to do one. If you have not done one within the last 6 months to a year, you need to do a parasite cleanse. And do a colon cleanse alongside with the parasite cleanse as well. Okay? Yeah. We have the most powerful parasite cleanse you'll find anywhere. You won't find no other parasite cleanse anywhere on this earth as strong as our cleanse. You just won't. Because when it comes to herbalism, you have to have wisdom and knowledge, and it has to also be your gift. You see, and that's the difference between like people who sell stuff online. You know, those are just salespeople. You see, so they don't have the depth of knowledge and awareness or the connection with nature, so they don't really know um synergistic plants, the elements, the constituents, the proper moon phase to harvest them at, how to combine them. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of people have been buying parasite cleanse and colon cleanse, and they still have the same issues. And it's not getting better because you're buying it from just salespeople online. They're just trying to sell you something, but there's no substance behind it, no knowledge behind it, no wisdom behind nothing, because it's not their gift. You see what I'm saying? They're just making sales. All right. Um, let's see here. Okay, percentage. Okay, 20% discount code. We're gonna set the expiry date for what? What date is today? I don't even know what date is today. Okay, so today. Okay, so today is the 5th. So I'm gonna make it expire on the 6th. So generally you got like 24 hours if you wanna use the coupon code. So type number six. Type number six in the comments, and you will get the coupon code. Okay, so the coupon code is active, so you can start to use it right now if you want to too as well. Mhm. All right, so that's active. All right, there we go. All right, so okay, so I want to show you some products. However, I don't have a lot on display right now because we sold just about everything we had on display. But we have lymphatic capsules. Show you a few things. Um, chlorophyll. This is the chlorophyll power. We're going to talk about it. This is the blood cleanser. I don't have any kidney cleanse to show you at the moment. Parasite cleanse. All right, so liver cleanse. Let me see here. Oh, they don't got no label on it. They don't got no label on him. So colon cleanse capsules, parasite capsules, bromide capsules, phemos capsules. I don't see macrocosmic iron at the moment. Liver life capsules is here, but I don't have any labels, so I can't show you stuff without no label. I am on it right now. Um, we got clove capsules as well. Right. Colon cleanse tea. We have colon cleanse tea, parasite cleansing tea. Biofilm breaker. We have natural cloves as well. Ah, yeah, we have chaparral, horsetail, we got olive leaf, Okay, hold up, hold up, hold up. There's a sarsaparilla, olive leaf. I don't see why Willowburg right now. Right now. So we have Damiana on display. Here, Vital for the hair. Hold up. And we got sea moss. We also have activated charcoal of the hottest cayenne pepper. Okay, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's see. All right, tribe. So I can't show you the whole entire line that we have because they don't have label on all of them. So I'll show you just a few stuff. Okay, I'll show you just a few stuff. All right. All right. So first of all, we have the Parasite Slayer kit. Okay, so the Parasite Slayer kit, it comes with the tea and it comes with the capsules. I just don't have the label on right now. Okay, but you can see all the herbs in there. Okay, this is actually good because now you can see the herbs that are included. Okay, so you will see stuff like there is pardiarco and ors, there is wormwood, there is clove, pardiarco, right? I'm not gonna put out the whole formula on the internet, but just know it's the most powerful parasite cleanse you will find on the internet. Okay, there's various parasite cleansing herbs. So or parasite kit contains just a tea alone, contain seven to eight different anti-parasitic herbs. It's not the basic shit, not no basic wormwood and black walnut and clove. Okay, that's weak. That's outdated. Okay, or parasite cleanse, it has a varieties of the most powerful anti-parasitic, antifungal, antimicrobial herbs. That's why it's so powerful. Okay. Now, when you put it in combination with the capsules, it's a whole powerhouse. Because again, the thing about killing parasites, right? Parasites don't just come in just one type of a parasite. You're gonna find a whole groups of them. And here's the thing is the same herb that kills a tapeworm is not the same herb that kill a pinworm or kill a flukeworm. So generally, whatever parasite cleanse or protocol you're on, it needs to cover a wide range of parasites so that you can eliminate all of them. Also, the cleanse need to be able to break up the biofilm as well. You see, and kill the eggs as well. So even in our parasite capsule, we have clove powder. Okay, we have clove powder in there too. Okay, basically, right? We also have wormwood in there as well, right? And a whole another variety of herbs. Okay, so the tea and the capsule together is a powerhouse. And of course, when you do a parasite cleanse, you're gonna need activated charcoal as a binder to bind up the dead parasite and the parasitic debris, right? Thirdly, I recommend for you to get the biofilm breaker. Where is it? Hmm, where's the biofilm breaker? I just had it. I just had it. Okay, I'm always losing shit up in here, and it be here, but I just be putting stuff down and just don't know where I put it. Okay, I lost the biofilm breaker. Oh, here it is. okay, so so this is the biofilm breaker. Okay, I want you to see it. Okay, actually, let me show you a diagram because I want you to be able to see what we're talking about here. And you guys know that I'm also a visual learner, so when I'm teaching, I like to use my diagrams, of course. What breaks up biofilm? Oregano oil. We also have oregano oil. Oregano breaks up biofilm. Okay, oregano oil, powerful biofilm breaker. Garlic break up biofilm. Black seed oil break up biofilm. So let me show you what we got going on here. So for instance, okay, black seed oil gonna break up biofilm, right? Um, Oregano oil, which we have on our website, 75% carvacol, breaks up biofilm. And so what you can do, as I've shown you guys before, you can literally get the empty capsules, open up the empty capsules, but make sure that you dilute the oil though, because oregano oil will burn you up. It's so strong, just dilute it with a little bit of olive oil inside of the capsules. So you can just fill the capsules up almost to the top, and then you add around 3 to 4 drops of the oregano oil in it. Cover it, boom, and you take that basically. Okay, that's gonna break up the biofilm. Clove breaks up the biofilm as well. So when you take oregano oil, clove, and black seed oil, that's gonna break up the biofilm crazy. But remember, when you break open the biofilm, you need to have the antiparasitics to start to kill them. Okay, and yes, you're gonna go to the die-off symptom. When you break up biofilm, it makes you feel really, really bad and really, really sick. So make sure you have your binder on hand. Also, we have the chlorophyll power. Okay, powerful binder, but also mineralize your whole entire body. Gonna give you your vitamin B12. Okay, all your vitamins, literally. Iron, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, zinc, selenium, copper, cobalt, phosphorus, and vitamin B12. Okay, this is the chlorophyll power. Okay, and yes, I have chlorella in here too. Okay, I got chlorella in here. Okay, I got spirulina in here. I got alfalfa in here and another wide variety of herbs in here, which I'm not going to put the whole thing online, but just to give you an idea on how powerful this is. Organic to organic, third party tested to make sure that it doesn't have heavy metals, because you can't just go anywhere buying spirulina or chlorella. You have to be third party tested to ensure that there's no heavy metals inside of it. And it has to be organic. Okay, not grown inside of a pool. Okay, so this is the chlorophyll power. Okay. Okay. Now, hold on. Let's not drift away too far from what we're talking about here. So we're talking about okay. We're gonna talk about biofilm. A matter of fact, I have a book coming out on biofilm, which is going to be mind blowing. Not ready to release it yet, though. Not yet. All right. So here we have a depiction of our intestines. Okay. Now you will see that how stuff move throughout your intestines is via what we call peristalsis. So we have this little contraction thing going on where it contracts, right? And that's how your intestine move waste matter throughout your intestinal lining. Okay, actually, let me bring the camera over here so you can see better. Okay, now how your body actually absorbs nutrients into your bloodstream is via the small intestines. Okay, so yes, notice we have the small intestines in here. But then we have the large intestines. So they do two different things. The small intestine's job is to extract the nutrients and the minerals from the food that you've consumed. And that's why your stomach produces the hydrochloric acid. The hydrochloric acid literally burns up and break down all the food, right? The liver then secretes the bile. The bile gets stored into the gallbladder, and then the gallbladder distributes the bile into the stomach to assist with the breakdown and the digestion process of the food. Now the food is traveling through the small intestines and going through these turns and turns and turns and turns. And now your small intestine job is to absorb all the nutrients from that food. Then whatever the small intestine doesn't want become what we call undigested material, because basically your body didn't really absorb and digest that. So that become undigested material, which now gets sent to the large intestines for elimination. Okay? So the small intestines absorbed, the large intestines eliminate. Do we understand that? Okay, good. Now, how does the small intestine actually absorb nutrients from the food though? How does it do that? You ever wondered? Okay. So let's take a look at your small intestines over here. Okay. Can you see that? Okay, this is your small intestines. And you'll see that you have these tiny little fingers that we call these villi, intestinal villi, right? So these are some tiny little strands on your small intestines. And you will see that the small intestines literally absorb the nutrients directly into the bloodstream to the villi. So when we talk about having a leaky gut is when this have been pierced or parasites have eat through this wall. Okay? Or stuff become wedged in between the crevices to go directly into the bloodstream. That become a leaky gut, which is dangerous, right? But on the tip of the villi is where you're gonna have your healthy gut microbes or the healthy gut bacteria. And these healthy gut bacteria helps to break your food down. So when we talk about consuming stuff like kimchi, when we talk about stuff like the kombucha, stuff like the sauerkraut, generally we're talking about culturing or healthy gut microbes because there's a symbiotic relationship between the healthy gut microbes. Okay? The difference between the healthy gut microbes and parasite is that parasite only takes from your body. It doesn't give anything back. So therefore, it's not a symbiotic relationship. That's what makes it a parasite. Because it just takes, drain your energy, drain your nutrients, while releasing a lot of filth and destroying your internal organs. That's why the Bible says the devil only come to kill, steal, and destroy. Okay, understand that. So that's the difference between a parasite and a healthy gut bacteria. By the way, for everybody who's coming in, you can type number 6 in the comment section and it'll send you a discount code, a 20% discount code. I probably should have tagged it to the bottom of the screen, but we're gonna have to keep just repeating it over and over because new people are coming in right now. So you can tap the number 6, tap number 6 in the comment section, and it will send you a 20% discount code to whatever you want. But we're actually going through the process so you can understand how this works, right? So on your small intestinal lining, you have these tiny little fingers, we call these villi. Then we have the healthy gut bacteria that lives on the tip of these villi, which also help to further break the food down. Okay? So even we talk about when you consume seaweeds and sea plants, right? Or even like to say even chlorella, right? It, basically what happened is it have certain elements like cobalt, like seaweeds carry cobalt. And then the healthy gut bacteria is gonna break down and synthesize the cobalt and create vitamin B12. See how that works? So the healthy gut bacteria have an important role to play inside the body because they will break down one element into another form of element that the body actually needs. Okay, just a process of nature. Okay, so that's what the healthy gut bacteria does. They help you in return. A parasite doesn't help you. A tapeworm, a flukeworm, a pinworm, a roundworm, that doesn't really help you. Okay. Now, obviously, there's a whole another body of knowledge as well where people say, hey, they're there for the like you have these parasites because of the heavy metals, whatever, whatever. But no. Okay. So again, the devil only come to kill, steal, and destroy. Parasites are literally demons. Okay. So that's what the healthy gut bacteria does. They break down and synthesize food materials and help your body absorb the nutrients from it. Okay? Now, what happened when parasites gets into the body because your immune system is weak? Because you've been taking pharmaceutical antibiotics which destroy these healthy gut microbes. Okay? Your doctor is actually supposed to tell you. Okay, whenever doctors are giving you antibiotics, they're supposed to tell you that, hey, this is going to destroy your gut microbes, going to destroy your gut health. They're supposed to tell you that. Okay, every single antibiotic that you've taken destroy healthy gut microbes because it is not capable of distinguishing between healthy and bad bacteria. So what happened when all these healthy bacteria are have been killed off and died? Therefore, you start to fuck with your digestion. That's why a lot of people they have problem digesting food. You start to have bloating, you start to have gas, you start to have acid reflux. All that shit start to happen because what? You no longer have your healthy gut bacteria that was helping your body. That's a naturally part of your gut flora. Okay, and 90% of people that actually have gut problems is because of antibiotics. Yes, literally. Can look this up as well. Okay. Anyway, your immune system got weak. Your gut microbes, your healthy gut microbes been destroyed, right? And you're also eating animal products, heavy animal products, right? And you're contracting a lot of parasites inside of your body. Also, your heavy metal toxicity level is just crazy. What happened when parasites gets into the body and recognize that, oh, ain't no immune system around here. Lymphatic system is stagnated. You're not doing proper parasite cleansing, so now you have a overrun of parasites. We call this a high parasitic load. What do you think happened? The first thing parasites do is they start to secrete molecules to shut down your immune system. Okay. The second thing that they do, they start to create biofilm to basically protect themselves from any attempt of you trying to get rid of them later on. They basically protect themselves from that. Okay. When I was doing my heavy parasite cleansing and stuff, and I saw biofilms and stuff, I was like, wow, this shit is really crazy. Right? So they basically create that biofilm, which is like an umbrella. They use protein to create a hardened layer, like a shelter. Basically, it's like a bunker. Like how you have all them you have all these rich people or whatever that's creating like underground bunkers and shit. That's what parasites do. And if you think about it, they do kind of have those kind of same nature of a parasite that extract all the resources from people, give nothing back, and then create bunkers and eat children, all that kind of stuff. That's literally a parasitic nature, right? So you can see the same thing in society on different hierarchical levels, right? So these parasites now create a shielding, like a home, like a layer over your intestinal lining, and therefore able to culture themselves. Then they end up creating like a whole community, right? And they start to communicate with each other. They call this curum sensing. Okay. So now anything that you're taking, if you're taking, just like you're taking your herbs, you're taking pharmaceutical, and you're still having parasites, you're still having parasites, you're still having parasites. Because what? The protective layer that they've created is preventing the antifungal, anti-parasitic things that you're taking from piercing and reaching them. You see? So yes, you're removing a one or two or a couple of parasites that's like on the outer layer that's moving around, but the ones that are under the biofilm, they're laying eggs and creating a whole fortress down there. So generally, while they're sucking up your nutrients. So you see, like people who's like anorexic. If you're anorexic, I already know you got parasites. I don't gotta ask that. If you're anemic, I already know you got parasites and biofilm. If you got sickle cell, oh gosh, I know you got heavy amount of parasites and biofilm and a heavy parasitic load. Okay, so all of your attempts and everything that you're taking, you're still having the same problem because what? You have to break through the fucking biofilm. You have to break through the biofilm and then hit them with the anti-parasitic herbs or substances that's gonna now kill them. If you don't break that biofilm, it's not gonna work. Okay, so right over your villi, they create. Okay, they create that over the villas. Okay, hold on. Let me see if we can get like a marker that I can rub off because okay, hold on. What colors do we have up in here? We have red. Okay, we have red. We have red. Okay, so let me see if I can use my left hand. Damn, I'll be like handicapped with my left hand. Okay, so what they do now, they end up creating their own layer that look like this. See that? Over all of your villas. Okay, okay. I have to make sure that it's actually removable. That would scare me. Okay. So they end up creating this over your villi. Okay, and this become their shelter. So this become a layer, a protein matrix that's made up of protein, right? And then you have all these parasites that are now living down here, living down here, living down here, living down here, basically, right? And they're protected. So now it's like you're taking anti-parasitic stuff, but it can't pierce through here to reach them. You see, it can't pierce in here to reach the parasites. So now they stay down here and suck the nutrients out of your body, all your nutrients, all your minerals, right? And they start to make you crave more sugar. So it's kind of like how people would just be a late night, they're like, I need something sweet. I need something sweet right now. Listen, your body never will ask you for nothing sweet. Okay, the body doesn't work that way where it's like, oh, I need sugar right now. It's always parasites. Okay? Always parasites. So, and this is the biofilm that they create over the lining of the intestines. All right? Good. Now that you understand that. For everybody who just now coming in, type the number 6 in the comment section for the coupon code. Okay. Now, rub this back off. Now we need something to break the biofilm, right? We're gonna break into the biofilm to break their defense. Okay. So first thing first, no sugar. Okay. First of all, you can't be giving them sugar if you're trying to get rid of them because you're just giving them strength. Who does that? Okay. No sugar, no dairy products, no animal products. First of all, once we cut sugar and animal products, yeah. Okay. You're gonna start noticing that you're gonna have more of a stronger sugar craving, like yo, I need something sugary. That's not you. That's listen, that's not you. Don't eat nothing sweet. That's the parasite under the biofilm that's craving sugar because that is how they maintain themselves. They need the sugar, you don't. Remember that. That's why fasting is so powerful because it shows you that you don't need anything. Okay? Cool. So now we will need to break up the biofilm. Okay? So we're gonna need oregano. Oregano oil is going to break up that biofilm. Black seed oil also breaks up biofilm as well. Okay? Garlic, believe it or not, you can look it up, do the research. Garlic shows the ability to break open biofilms as well. Rosemary, break open biofilm. Sage, even sage tea, break open biofilm as well. Then we're gonna have what we call berberine. Okay, so our biofilm breaker that I have here is very potent in berberine. Okay, berberine is one of the most powerful antimicrobial that breaks down biofilm. So you see, just like how we have the intestinal villi, right? This is how these are parasitic biofilm. This is what a biofilm look like. Okay, so my compound is very potent in berberine that breaks up this biofilm matrix. Okay, here again you see what it look like. This is what the biofilm matrix look like when they built it up over the lining of your intestines. So I do try to give you a visual of what that looks like. Up on YouTube, people, you can see that. Okay, and this is the biofilm breaker. So when you use the biofilm breaker and the oregano oil, right? You're gonna come in with the parasite slayer tea and the parasite slayer capsules. Okay. So now we're gonna kill the parasites. Hold on. Okay, so this detox is actually working. All right. Now you will notice that once you break open the biofilm and the parasites are dying, you're gonna experience what we call the die-off symptoms. Okay. This is where you're gonna take your activated charcoal. It's gonna be very important that you take your activated charcoal. Otherwise, you're gonna feel sick. You're gonna feel bad. Okay, you're gonna feel like, yo, I'm getting really, really sick. Yes, because that's the dead parasites And all of the waste that's underneath the biofilm is now spilling out. So you're not going to feel good. Okay? Activated charcoal is going to be good. Slipper and bark is going to be good as well during that phase. But you definitely need a binder. Do not do a parasite cleanse and break up biofilm without a binder. It's not going to be a good experience for you. Okay? Okay, got it. So yes, if you're dealing with that high parasitic load, take the biofilm breaker first to break open the biofilm. Okay? Yeah. And then after that, it's like you're taking your stuff to break up the biofilm, take your anti-parasitic, then you take your biofilm breaker, and then you take your anti-parasitic. But keep in mind, not everybody have like a high load of biofilm, so you know. But again, if you have stuff like as we talk about anemic and sickle cell or recurring UTI, UTI biofilm. Okay, catching a yeast infection very frequently, parasitic biofilm. That's not normal for the body. All right. Yes, recurrent infections definitely parasite biofilm. So on our website, you can get the parasite cleansing kit, which I would recommend. And if you're gonna get the parasite cleansing kit, you would definitely have to get the colon cleansing kit with it as well, or colon cleanse, because when you kill the parasite, you also need to flush them out. You don't want to just kill them and have them just sitting inside of your body. So you know, yeah. All right. So these are these. All right. Okay. What else we have here that you're not familiar with? I think you guys are familiar with just about everything. Blood cleanser to cleanse your blood. Okay, again, if you're dealing with skin blemishes, eczema, you just don't have nice skin, you don't have a nice glowing skin, you need to clean your blood. Okay, you need to clean your blood. Also, if you have low iron, this is gonna raise up your iron levels too. Gonna cleanse and purify your blood. Okay, this is the blood cleanser. All right, slipper and bark. You guys already know how to find the slipper and bark. That's gonna soothe the intestinal lining. And I would say do slipper and bark. And here I have okra water. Go to the supermarket, pick up some nice okra, cut them up in a jar. Okay, you cut them up in a jar, put spring water on it, and look how beautiful this one is. Look at that. Okra water also is good for your intestinal lining. Okay, so okra water, slipper and bark, these things are going to soothe your intestinal lining and heal the mucosal lining of any irritation, especially after a parasite cleanse. Generally, you need to soothe the lining of your intestine because remember, they were attached into the lining of your intestines, and that area is going to be what? Inflamed. So you need to soothe it. Okay? You need to soothe it. So okra water, very simple. Go to the supermarket, pick up some okra, wash them off, put them to soak in spring water, right? Boom, you got that. The slipper and bark, you add 1 tablespoon to a mason jar. Add water, shake it up, and drink it really fast before it swells all the way up. That's going to soothe your intestinal lining as well. Okay? Cool. All right. So we can put these back. All right. So cloves. Okay, we have clove, the highest grade clove we have here, as you can see. Okay, or clove come off the elder tree, so it's more potent, it's more strong. So we have clove tea. We also have clove capsules. Okay, look, so we got clove in a capsule form, the strongest clove. And what clove does, it kills the parasite eggs. Okay, so I recommend getting cloves and also getting clove capsules. It's gonna kill the parasite eggs. Okay, if you don't kill the parasite eggs, then basically what end up happening is you kill the adults, but then the eggs end up hatching and coming back, and now you're going through another cycle again. Okay, so the reason why you need clove when it comes to the eggs is that the outer coating of the eggs is basically it can withstand up to 430 degrees or something. Like basically it has like a protective layer on it. But the clove contain the eugenol, and eugenol is a compound that pierce and destroy parasitic organism. So capsules, and we have the natural clove as well. Okay, yes. Let me see if I can type it. But comment six for the discount code. Let me see if I can type it and pin it into the comment section. Hold on. Let me see. Comment six for 20% discount code. Okay. Boom. There we go. And then I'm going to pin it in the comment section. All right. Yes. Okay. So that's for the cloves. That is for the cloves. By the way, did you guys join? Did you guys join the Discord? Did you guys join the Discord? Let me see if I can add the link to the Discord as well. Give me a second here. I take oregano oil. I don't think I have any parasites. Really? Hmm. Okay, fast. Fast and we'll see. Fast. Do a 21-day fast and eat nothing, and then we'll see. That's when you'll actually yeah, see what's going on. Because here's the thing. Whenever you have parasites in your body but they're getting food, sometimes they can go what we call stealth. They can go into stealth mode where everything seems perfect, suspect of nothing because they know how to hide, right? But fast. During your fasting is when you'll know. Start having a strong craving, uncontrollable craving, especially over sugar. You're like, oh no, got parasites in there. Okay, I'll join if you put the link. Okay, hold on. Let me add the link for the Discord real quick. Give me a second here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna come off the screen real quick. I'm gonna add the link for the Discord. Okay. Let me just look for it really, really quick. Okay, here we go. Um, for people on YouTube, if you want to, you can also just join IG. Okay, I'm adding the link to the Discord right now. Um, turn request, turn request, turn request. Nope, nope. Oh, here we go. The link. Okay, right there. Okay, Discord. Boom. Okay, there we go. So you'll see the link for the Discord. You can click on it, download the app, and you come straight into the Discord. The Discord is our personal health community, right? So it's more resourceful, and we don't got to worry about the shadow banning and the censoring and whatever not. And we have free library of books that you can also download and everything. So for anybody on YouTube, if you want to join the Discord, can you go to Instagram and go to my page and join the live, and you'll see the link. Just click the link, and it'll take you directly into the Discord, basically. Yeah. Hmm. All right. So we also carry the hottest kind pepper. Okay. So the hottest kind pepper is the medicinal cayenne pepper, which is over 90,000 Scoville heat unit. So this is not the average cayenne pepper that you just go into the supermarket and buy. There's different levels to cayenne pepper. Okay. So we carry the hottest cayenne pepper. You can find it on our website as well. It's just this one just doesn't have any label on it. Activity charcoal, we carry the highest grade activity charcoal as well. So you'll find that there. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we can put these back. And keep in mind that we have hair vital for your hair, right? We have sea moss capsules, we have bladder capsules, we have liver capsules for the liver as well. We have iron. Yeah, so much stuff. Jeez. We also have dandelion root, alkaline coffee. Hmm. Okay, so y'all seen the oregano oil already. You can get it on our website, oregano oil, blood cleanser, lymphatic capsule for the lymphatic system. Let's talk about that for a little bit. So we cover parasite cleanse, we cover colon cleanse. Let's take a look at the lymphatic system really quick. All right, so here we have your lymphatic system. And your lymphatic system is this green network. You notice how that green network goes throughout the entirety of the body and is connected everywhere. Like I want you to see that up close. See that? Yes. You notice that, right? Hmm. So you will see here. Hold on. All right. So you will see here, most of your lymphatic system is inside of your gut. Look at that. Okay. Most of it is inside of the gut. Thousands of lymph node is all up inside of your gut. So your lymphatic system is actually your immune system. Okay, it's your immune system, right? You have a lot of it in this area, in a growing area as well, and you have a good amount inside of your armpits. This is the reason why you shouldn't be using deodorant with aluminum in it. Okay, deodorant with aluminum in it goes into your lymphatic system. All right, see that? Yes. Now, what is the purpose of the lymphatic system? So, the lymphatic system considered to be like the sanitation department of your body. So, it literally collects all the waste and the debris from all your cells. So, it collects cellular waste or it collects the waste product of cellular metabolism, if that makes sense. So, yeah, think of it just like the sanitation department that come to pick up the trash on garbage day from your house. That's what the lymphatic system does. This is the reason why, in order for your body to get sick, your lymphatic system has to be down, right? The lymphatic system inside of the lymph nodes also contain what we call the macrophages, okay? The B cells and the T cells, right? That basically protects and fight off pathogens and foreign agents and whatever threatens the body, the immune system inside of the lymph node takes care of that. Okay. But what happened if your lymphatic system becomes stagnated? Remember, you're supposed to be having compound movement that move the lymphatic system on a daily. But all you guys do is sit down in the couch, sit down at work, sit down, even traveling, you're driving, you're sitting down. So most human beings of today is not really, really moving around. So therefore, your lymphatic system is naturally stagnated. You see, back in the days, people was doing stuff. People was washing their clothes, going to the springs, looking for chopping firewood. You see, life used to be like movement, but now life have just become what? Hey, just sit down and turn the TV on, and pe- people don't even grow their own food. Remember, normally you have to go on a farm to go harvest your food. People don't even farm their own food; they just get on Grubhub or go to the supermarket. You see what I'm saying? It's also life have become you sitting down for most of your life. You're not moving around at all. Now, keep in mind that your lymphatic system doesn't really have a pump. Like how we can say, hey, the lungs and the heart moves the blood throughout the circulatory system. You see? The lymphatic system, as its own system, doesn't have a dedicated organ that's there to push the lymph fluid through. So it actually depends upon compound movement, which you guys don't do at all. Somebody will be like, yo, well, yeah, but I go to the gym, bro. I got a gym membership. That doesn't mean nothing. Because guess what? Pumping iron is not moving your lymphatic system. In fact, even running doesn't really move your lymphatic system. Stuff like jump ropes, that move your lymphatic system. And that's why I recommend you getting a trampoline, a rebounder. I have a trampoline that I, you know, jump on my trampoline to move my lymph. Get into the sauna. Not infrared sauna, but a traditional steam sauna. Okay? Can buy one off Amazon for $80 for a steam sauna. Cheap. The infrared shit is garbage. Okay? But the sauna, the rebounder, or doing jump ropes, or doing compound movement, that's going to move your lymphatic system. Okay? Now, I recommend incorporating everything that I just mentioned. I recommend you to get a rebounder. I recommend you to get a steam sauna. And I recommend you to do some jump ropes. But guess what? You don't have to do no jump ropes. Just buy a trampoline. The trampoline moves your lymphatic system more effectively than anything. Additionally, you can get lymphatic system massages. Okay? Get lymphatic system massages. You can also do dry skin brushing. Dry skin brushing move the lymphatic system as well. Okay? Now, aside from that, we have what we call lymphocyzer. So, what exactly is a lymphocyzer, you ask? Okay. So, the lymphocyzer is any food or substance that stimulates the movement of your lymphatic system. Okay, let me give you a prime example. A prime example, let me show you some stuff that move the lymphatic system. I don't have a lot of stuff right now, but I'll show you what I have just as an example so that you can see where we're coming from. Okay. So that you can see what we're talking about here. So I end up buying these grapes because I was like, yo, these grapes are huge. Like, I was just so fascinated with them because I didn't even want no grapes at the time. And I bought them just because I was so fascinated. Okay. So grapes are natural lymphatic system mover. Well, yo, look at that. Look at how giant these are. Like, look at that. Look at that. So nice. Honestly, the camera is not even showing them to how big they really is, which is so interesting. But so grapes are natural lymphatic movers. Okay, natural lymphatic movers are grapes. So grapes would actually fall under the classification of a lymphocyzer because it's a food substance that stimulate the movement of your lymphatic system. So you should also read the book called The Grape Cure, powerful book. You will see that even when it comes to the big C, they've been using grapes to heal it completely. Every types of big C there is, whether breast cancer, bone cancer, brain cancer, they've actually utilized the seeded grapes to heal it 100%. From 1927 come all the way up. It's just that this kind of information have been suppressed, as I've told you guys before. If you start reading the health books and the physical books from way back, you realize how much have been covered up. But grapes is one of the only fruits that contains all elements needed to sustain life within the human body, which means that you can eat grapes for the rest of your life and be good. Isn't that crazy to think about? That's crazy, right? When you think about all the stuff that we're eating out here, like I need vitamin D, I need vitamin 12, I need vitamin K, vitamin B6, I need iron, I need potassium, I need magnesium. It's crazy when you think about that in comparison to that grapes contain all elements needed to sustain life in the human body. Automatically you'll be like, hell no, bro, that's not even possible. But listen, nature. Don't ever question nature. Okay? So yes, so cedar grapes is considered to be a lymphocyzer. It's going to stimulate the movement of your lymphatic system. Yes, seeded grapes with seed in it. Okay. Now, I've heard that grapes without seed have helped people in where they fasted and they had no choice but to use seedless and it worked for them. But I mean, my whole thing is if God didn't make it that way, I try to stay away from it. You know, yeah, yeah. It's hard for me to really eat seedless grapes. Like I've ordered stuff online before where like I didn't want to go to the store because I was busy doing consultation. So I get on one of the apps and I had somebody go to the store to buy some stuff for me. And I literally put inside of the instruction, seeded grapes only, please. Make sure. And I guess the shopper just don't really care. I mean, they're just matrix people just trying to do what they do. They're not, yeah, they're not paying attention to details. So anyway, when the package, when the grocery shopping bag came, and I opened it, I realized that damn, these are seedless grapes. So I reported to the app that yo, this is not what I ordered. Okay, and then I had them in the refrigerator, and they're just there until they get old, and I throw them out. I just can't bring myself to eat it, like literally. It just I can't. Okay, you need to have seed like the way how God made it, the way how nature designed it. I don't want nobody fucking with it for what? Nobody asked for this. We do, like. Please tell me why do we need to see this grapes? How does that benefit anybody's life? And because you guys keep buying it, they keep on altering the foods. I don't give a shit if it's selective breeding. Oh, bro, but it's just selective breeding. It's not a GMO. That I don't care. Leave it the way how it has been for thousands of years since ancient civilization. Why do we need to be changing up the fruits and fucking with the fruits for? Because you guys keep buying that shit, they keep doing it. If nobody was buying seedless fruits, they would have stopped, literally stopped producing it. You get what I'm saying? Stop giving consent to shit fucking with nature. So yeah. All right, now that we've covered over that's a prime example of what actually moved the lymphatic system. The next great lymphosizer is going to be coconut water. Fresh coconut water is going to move your lymphatic system. Notice what I said? I said fresh coconut water. I didn't say coconut water instead of a box. I didn't say coconut water instead of a bottle with a label on it. That's not real coconut water. I'm sorry to tell you, I see a lot of y'all on the internet, you know, oh, get ready with me. Oh, I'm drinking fresh coconut water before heading to work. Are you serious? You're not drinking coconut water, love. You're drinking tap water with artificial flavor and processed sugar. Stop the bullshit. Real coconut water cannot last more than 2 days. Even if you put it into the fridge, after 2 days, it still go bad. It cannot last. The moment you chop open that coconut and get the water out, you have max 48 hours to drink that. Listen, sometimes even by day two, it don't even taste the same no more. So generally, I'd say 1 day. What would you think that you can just go to a supermarket and buy a big box of coconut water that's been sitting in there for months talking about, oh, fresh coconut water? Stop playing. When I say fresh coconut water, I expect you to break it out of the coconut. Okay? Go to the Mexican market or the Asian market. It needs to come inside of the actual coconut where you're going to chop it open or make a hole into it and drink the coconut water. Aside from that, you shouldn't be drinking no other coconut. Again, we have to start standing on business. When you buy all the synthetic shit and full of chemicals, you're killing yourself and also supplying money to the people that are fucking with nature. Side note, I don't feel like you guys are realizing the kind of world that you're creating for your children. When you come into agreement with certain things that goes against what's right or what's natural, that's the kind of world you're creating for your children. I don't think you guys are thinking about that. Can you imagine that within the next 10, 20 years, there'll be no more fruits with seed in it at all? And kids who are born during that time won't even know that it's not supposed to be like that. This is how conditioning works and brainwashing works. They alter and change shit. Then when a new generation comes in, they don't know what things used to be like. They're gonna think that all that stuff is normal and fruits is not supposed to have seed. Because y'all was down here buying the shit. Why do you need a seedless fruit? Why do you need coconut water in a bottle? Listen, I get it. You live in a country, you live in places where coconuts doesn't grow naturally. If you cannot get it inside of the actual fruit coconut, do not drink it. Wait until you go on vacation then. If that be it, just wait until you go on vacation. Don't let this happen again. Okay, I don't want to see no more you online drinking processed sugar and tap water, with artificial flavor of coconut, talking about you drinking coconut water. We have to stop the bullshit. Okay? So seeded grapes, good lymphocyzer, coconut water, good lymphocyzer. Then when it comes to herbs, we're gonna have stuff like cleavers. Cleavers move your lymphatic system. Okay, we have cleaver instead of a lymphatic system cleanse. Okay, we also have burdock root. Burdock root also move your lymphatic system. Cat's claw move your lymphatic system as well. Okay, there's a wide variety of herbs that also stimulate and move the lymphatic system. This is called lymphocyzer. Okay, so I'm gonna recommend that you also get our lymphatic system cleanse. It come with the tea and it come with the capsules together. So you're gonna take 3 of the capsules. You're gonna drink 1 cup of the tea. That's gonna move the lymphatic system. Then I want you to get on the rebounder, get on the trampoline, and do 20 minutes on the trampoline every day, every single day. Listen, I don't care what time you go on there, morning, evening, night, don't care. As long as every single day you go on that trampoline for 20 minutes, we good. Okay? Move the lymphatic system. So you're drinking a cup of your lymphatic system tea. Okay? Okay, you're drinking a cup of your lymphatic system tea. You're taking 3 of the lymphatic capsules and you're getting on that trampoline for 20 minutes to move the lymph. That is how you maintain your health, or that is how you fully detox your body or support your body in healing from any disease. Because what? You're moving the fluids throughout the body that are stagnated, allowing the body to basically get rid of the built up waste, the accumulated waste. Everything is moving through and filtering out. Okay? Literally. Additionally, as I said, you can get a lymphatic system massage. Yes. You can do dry skin brushing. Very good. You can eat the seeded grapes to move the lymph. And if you have access to fresh coconut water, do so to move the lymphatic system. I would love for you to dedicate at least 3 months towards your lymphatic system to rebuild back your immune system, because 90% of people who've been eating this slave slab food, the standard American diet, you got no lymphatic system. Why do you think your immune system is so weak? It's kind of crazy seeing people tell, oh, it's a flu season. Let me go take my flu shot. How do you look? How do you look? There was, listen, there was never one point on this planet where people was taking shots for immunity. This whole shit is weird. It's some new shit. There's no primitive people, no indigenous people, no ancient people, no civilization before us that have ever popping pills and taking injections for immunity. How do you think you look talking about, oh, I gotta take my flu shot? My doctor said I gotta come and take my flu shot. It's a flu season. You have no immune system. That's why you're getting sick. Look at the kind of stuff that you guys eat. Do you know that 1 gram of processed sugar suppresses your immune system for 4 hours? Yes, 1 single gram. Go look this up. You got a phone, supercomputer. You're on Google every day, right? It's crazy how you guys know what Kylie Jenner ate for breakfast, but you do no research on your food that you consume. This is what I'm talking about. You're on the internet on your phone, researching a whole bunch of bullshit. You know everything about celebrity life, but you can't do simple research on the stuff that you're consuming. Gotta wake up. Okay? Stop playing around. 1 gram of processed sugar suppress your immune system for 4 hours. Now, just one of the products that you guys are consuming contain 23, 25, 30 grams of sugar. Multiply that by 4. That little Snicker bar you ate, you ain't got no immune system for the rest of the week. The ice cream that you ate and feed to your children, none of you all in the house have no immune system for 2 weeks. Do you wonder why you're sick, why you have a disease? You did this. You did this to yourself. Okay? So get the lymphatic system moving. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Your doctor not gonna do it for you. Notice whenever you get sick, you go to the doctor. It's all just about put you on some pills. It's never about getting to the source of the problem, and that's why people keep going back for years. You have the same diabetes, the same arthritis, same inflammation, same infection. You're not getting to the source of the problem. That's the difference. Here we talk about getting to the source of the problem. Get the lymphatic system cleansed and moving and stimulated. Get the colon and the intestines cleaned out, the large intestine, clean out the small intestines, get rid of the parasite, pull the heavy metals out of the body, reculture back the intestines with the proper healthy gut microbes, clean out the kidneys, supplying back the adrenal glands. You're bringing everything back online. You see, this is how you truly really heal. It's not, oh, just take this for this, take that for that. That's not how this works. You have to go back to the foundation, and we have to start at the foundation, which is your intestines. So start with a colon and a parasite cleanse, and let's come to the lymph, we come to the blood, we come to the liver, we come to the kidneys, we come to the nervous system, we nurture and give the body back all the minerals to rebuild itself. Fasting is gonna be required. If you don't love yourself, if you're lazy, you want to keep making excuses, I don't know. But you're gonna have to also do some fasting. A lot of y'all, you have this deep attachment with food. Food is not going anywhere, first of all. Have you thought about that? Food have been here before you were born. Food will still be here even when you're not here. Food is not going anywhere. So why you can't fast for 12 days or 21 days or 40 days to cleanse out your body? The food is still gonna be here. Hello? You've been eating food for the last 30, 40 years non-stop. That's some serious gluttony. Think about it. Non-stop 3 meals a day for the last 40 years. Like, you don't feel like you can allow your digestive tract to go on vacation? And I know you guys be happy when you finally get some vacation. I'm going to Cancun. I'm going to Bali. Oh, I'm going to Jamaica. Y'all post your whole entire life on the internet. you know? But I see how y'all be so happy when it's time to go on vacation, right? So you don't feel like your internal organs will be happy too for them to get a break? You've been pressuring your internal organs for the last 30, 40 years straight, 3 meals a day. I'm not even mentioning the brunch and the snacks that you're eating between. You see, you're constantly just pouring garbage food into your body. See, it was one thing if what you were consuming was natural and normal, like what God intended for you to eat, but you're not even eating God's food. So you're having breakfast, lunch, brunch, dinner, and various processed snacks in between. Then on the weekend, you're drinking a whole bunch of alcohol. You don't even give a fuck about what that's doing to your kidneys. See, you don't care. You just care about, you know, your social pleasures. Then on top of that, all the products that you guys use are synthetic products. Your shampoo and shit you put into your hair, synthetic chemicals. Your body washes, synthetic chemicals. Your water, fluoride water. Your perfumes and your cologne. Let's not talk about that. That's the worst one. The perfumes, the cologne, and the deodorants that you guys use. But here's the thing. Do you know that your body would actually not have such a strong odor if you were actually eating healthy and do fasting and cleansing and drinking enough chlorophyll? Chlorophyll actually deodorizes your body from within. Yeah. Chlorophyll deodorizes your body from within. Also, if you have not tried out chlorophyll, it is life changing. Okay, you won't find no better chlorophyll than that, the chlorophyll power. But yes, chlorophyll deodorizes your body from within. If you're actually cleansing out your temple, you would need all of that shit. The perfume and the cologne that you're spraying on your skin on your body goes directly into your lymphatic system. Synthetic fragrances. I use essential oils. Okay, that's what I use. Essential oils. Do I have mine on me? I use essential oils. Look, see that? See, that's rose essential oil. Okay, rose essential oil. All right. No, no synthetic nothing. Lavender. I use lavender essential oil. Rose essential oils. Fuck am I doing with perfume and cologne? Why would I be killing myself with that shit? You guys gotta wake up. I guess that's how the Bible says, well, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? You can't even take care of the very body, the very temple of God. Didn't the Bible say the body is the temple of God? You can't even take care of it. Look how you treat your own body. That's crazy. Anyway, anyway, the lymphatic cleansing kit, you get that other website. Okay? Gonna come with the lymphatic capsules and they're gonna come with the lymphatic tea as well. I recommend getting both. And like I said, okay, and like I said, also get a rebounder off Amazon. It's like for 85 bucks. Get a portable sauna. It's like 115 bucks for the portable steam sauna. You can fold it up. Don't worry about it. Take it up any space in your apartment or your house or whatever not. Me personally, I have my sauna outside of my herbal shop. So whenever I'm ready, I just open the door, pull my sauna in, pour water in it. I put some herbs in there. So when I'm in the sauna, it can just be like a lavender vibe or, you know, um, rosemary, something I put sage, just in the sauna, just smelling good, like herbs steaming up in there, right? Very, very good. Helping my lymphatic system, my body, my skin is sweating. So you guys be asking me, oh, what is your skincare routine? They'll be like, yo, what is your skincare routine? What do you put in your skin? Nothing. Okay, nothing. I don't even wash my face sometimes, literally. I never had a skin routine. I just get up and be and live. But look, see my skin? Because what? My blood is clean. My colon is clean. I'm eating living foods. I have proper minerals and elements inside of my body. I'm steaming in the sauna. I'm moving my lymphatic system. Also, don't age. Get what I'm saying? The aging process can be slowed down by simply not over burning out your digestive tract, eating constantly, constantly, constantly. Listen, you need to fast sometimes. You need to fast sometimes. You don't gotta be eating as much as you're eating every single day. Relax. It's okay. Food is not going anywhere. In fact, you don't need so much food to live. Your main source of life is actually by breathing the breath. Okay? Okay, good. So again, lymphatic capsules. Also, we have CMOS capsules. Okay? We have CMOS capsules if you want. Right? We have bromide capsules. So the bromide is CMOS and bladderwrack combined together. Okay, so with the bromide, gonna have healthy nails. Okay, if you wanna have healthy fingernails and all of that, y- support your hair too, right? And strengthen your bones and supply the thyroid gland because the thyroid gland needs iodine. The bladderwrack and the CMOS combined, okay, basically supply the proper iodine and bromides, okay, phosphorus and so forth that the body needs. Okay, so it's strengthening your joints and your bones. Bromide plus is simply just CMOS and bladderwrack combined. This is a CMOS capsule by itself. Okay, can get those. This is the hair vital that's gonna grow your hair. Okay, so if you're having hair loss, you want to stimulate your hair growth. This is the hair vital. Okay, so the hair vital have stuff like stinging nettle, horsetail, and other herbs that grows the hair. Okay, so as you can see, so you can get these. Do you have some of the skin oil on your website. What skin oil got is? I don't use any oil on my skin really. Yeah. Where's that Gabby? You gone? All right, Gabby, tomorrow. Look at more. Look at more. All right. So, oh, the studio print is coming out real nice too. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. I'm impressed. Okay, so I'll put these back. Uh, all right. So I'm showing you a few products. Obviously, when you go on the website, you'll find much more stuff, but I'm only showing you a few of the stuff that I have here today, right? And the biofilm breaker, okay, because you can also do the parasite capsules, the choline capsules, and the biofilm breaker. Okay, these are great to start off with your cleanse. And obviously, you're gonna need the activated charcoal. Okay, if you're doing a parasite cleanse, you're gonna need activated charcoal. Okay, so this is the colon parasite biofilm breaker. All right, and you've seen the lymphatic before. Mhm. All right, so we also have natural sea moss. Okay, so guys, remember this is the real sea moss. Okay, not that sea moss that look like ramen noodles. We've talked about this before. Okay, this is the real sea moss, not that sea moss that look like ramen noodle. Okay, now what is the difference between real sea moss and fake sea moss? So fake sea moss they grow in a pool. Okay, and also the sea moss that you see people selling that look like ramen noodle, that's Gracie Alara. That is not Chondrus crispus. Is it? A lot of people on the internet just been selling that stuff, and the people who are buying it don't even know. I just kind of mind my business. I don't say much about it because I don't want people to feel like I'm trying to like stop whatever they got going on. But real sea moss that have the minerals, that you need is Chondrus crispus. Okay, now this sea moss grows under rocks, so it's getting mineral from the rocks, right? Like the iron, the calcium, right? All that stuff coming from the rocks. Then from the water, it's getting iodine, right? It's getting iodine and fluorine from the water. Then the sunlight. So you see, the real sea moss is getting three sources of power from nature. That's why it's so potent. Okay? You notice that you have a more purplish, there's a more purplish vibe to it. Okay, when you put it in water, it just start to expand immediately and start to grow back into a big plant. Okay, this is the real sea moss. Okay, a matter of fact, hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you real quick. Because again, when I'm explaining things, I like to show the proof. Yeah. I'm gonna kind of make sure that this jar. I had charcoal in this jar before, so let me just a little bit because I want you to see the process. Okay, I want you to see the process. All right. All right. So there we go. Now I'm gonna open this bag of sea moss, and I want you to see the magic. So this is what it looks like in a dry form. Okay, you see that? Okay, good. Now notice the difference. I want you to remember how it looks because it's not gonna look the same way once we put the water on it. It's gonna come to life immediately, right? Immediately. You don't gotta soak this for no long time. immediately when water hits it, immediately comes to life. Okay? So I'm gonna teach you what real sea moss versus that ramen noodle shit that y'all been buying online for years. Again, I want you to see what it look like. Okay? Good. A matter of fact, I can't even put too much because it's gonna grow so much to the point where I'm just gonna put a little piece. I can't put no more than that. It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow so expansive. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let me get some spring water. So y'all are ready? You guys are ready? Yeah? All right. So final look of how it looks. Here we go. YouTube. Here we go as well. All right. So this is what it look like. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna add the water in. And you're gonna see how everything changes or it grows instantly. Now look. Hmm. Can I fit it in here? Can I? No. I don't have nothing to sit it on so you can just see it. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to hold it like that for now. All right. See it's coming to life? Hold on, YouTube. Yes, and then you blend it into gel form. So look, you see that? Back to life. Now you can see the leaves and everything, the stem and everything now. Look how it's swelling up in the jar. This is Conjus crispus. Okay. This is the sea moss that's gonna give you the calcium, the phosphorus, iodine, the iron. Let me get a container to sit it down. Just from those two little pieces, look, the whole entire jar. And it's not even done yet. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as it absorbs more water. So this is real sea moss. Okay, we have it on the website, Conjus Crispus. We even have it by the box as well. But you can just buy a one bag for like what, like 22 or $23 per bag, and it can last you 2 to 3 weeks. Because as you can see, even a small amount, you have enough sea moss to last you 3 4 days, literally. So what you would do now, if you want to, you can just blend it out this way into gel if you want to, or you can just eat up a little. What that? Huh? What up on live right now? Or something important? Where's your one? Water? The bag out the door? You can take one of crystal gazer one. Alright. No man, you're good man. Alright. Oh, it's my cousin. I guess he wanted water. Yeah, so basically if you want to now, you can just heat it up right? Not to boil it, but you can just heat it up a little bit, allow it to cool, and then just blend it out, and now you end up with sea moss gel. Okay, pour that inside of a container, and now you can do 2 tablespoons of the gel every day. Add it to your smoothie. Add it to your soup. You can also put it in your skin too. Like you can take the sea moss gel and rub it out in your hand, and put it on your face like a face mask. And the nutrients and everything really improve your skin health. So when you guys are putting all these other face masks on, you're not using nothing natural. You're not using nothing natural. Okay. Also, another way how you can do this, you can just boil the water in a kettle. Like I can just pour this water off now if I want to, right? And just boil the water and pour it back over it, and then allow it to naturally cool and just pour everything out. And just blend it out, and you end up with sea moss gel. Okay? hmm Yeah. So that's it for the sea moss. Okay, you guys see what real sea moss look like, you know where to get it. All right. Basically. Well, look, see those small little pieces turn into a whole jar. And it's still not even done yet. Literally, for the next 10, 15 minutes, it start to come up. See? So this is Conjus crispus. What you guys been buying on the internet that look like ramen noodle, that's Gracie Alara. It's not the same, not the same thing. Okay? Okay, good. Now, where did I do with the container cover? Oh, I was about to say. Where is it at? Studio printing is coming out pretty cute. But no, I like being able to create something that I want. For instance, okay, so for instance, right, I can create my own design by just designing an image and put the image into AI and say create a 3D printed version of this and just print it out. So I can literally just design something that I want to make AI turn it into a file. Then I send the file to my 3D printer and it's gonna print out that. So as a person who love to create, I just like having the tools that I can just idea come to mind and I just do it. Okay. Now I know you guys must be wondering, what is this? Okay. So this is dead sea salt. Okay. So dead sea salt is good to soak and cleanse your body in. So you can add some dead sea salt to your bath and you can soak in it, or you can put it in like a little foot bath for your foot. You see? Now, why is it called dead sea salt? And you guys probably wondering, what is a dead sea salt? So basically, you have parts of the ocean that they call the Dead Sea, right? In that area of the Dead Sea, the salt, it has a more higher concentration of salt, literally. Okay, the salt concentration in that area is so concentrated to the point where you can't even consume it. So you cannot consume this, it's too concentrated. Okay, but it has a higher mineral content, higher magnesium. Okay, so it's good for pain, it's good for pulling inflammation out of the joints, it's good for cleansing your aura, right? So it's good for soaking your body in. It's called Dead Sea Salt. Okay, so I've used up mine. So that's why I don't really have that much left in it. Um, that's what it look like. Okay. Yeah. Will there be any more episodes for first and last medicine? Yes, there'll definitely be more episodes. I just haven't released it yet, but we have more episodes of that. Okay, so this is the dead sea salt. So again, if you're dealing with joint pain, swelling, okay, you want to help your nervous system to relax, you can get the dead sea salt and put it in your bath and you soak in it And it works just like how Epsom salt works literally, because Epsom salt is just magnesium and salt. Right? The Dead Sea salt come from the Dead Sea, which have a higher concentration of salt. Okay? So now you learn about Dead Sea salt. You have sea salt, you have Dead Sea salt, you have Himalayan salt, then you have table salt, rock salt, all different type of a salt. And each of them have different application. Okay. For instance, like table salt, you can use that whenever it's gonna snow to melt the snow down. You see? Pink Himalayan salt is good to clean out your house on the surfaces. Dead Sea salt is good for soaking your joints and soaking your body in it, right? And then natural sea salt now is good for cooking and different things. So everything has their uses. Okay? Yes, basically. So I just hope that you guys have learned a lot here tonight. All right. Mhm. Yeah. And again, sea moss, if you want the real sea moss, you go to our website and get you a couple of bags of real sea moss. Okay, it's gonna change your life. Okay. Um, Osteoarthritis in knee. You have white willow bark will help you with the inflammation in your knee. But what you need is a full body cleanse, a full body detox. You have to move the inflammation out of your body to fully get rid of the issue. Because remember, the whole point about changing a lifestyle is to return back to your natural self before you start experiencing these health complications. But for now, the white willow bark will help your knees with the inflammation. Okay. Also, castor oil pack. Get you a castor oil pack and natural castor oil and band it around the knees because the castor oil is going to penetrate deeply into the joints in that area and start moving the inflammation. You see, because arthritis, joint problem, that's all caused by inflammation inside of the body, right? The lymphatic system also have to be opened up so that the inflammation can be drained out. So there's so many different components surrounding how to get your health back. And we have to literally align with all of these various components because these are the body's natural way to keep its balance and homeostasis. So lymphatic system needs to be opened up. Your colon needs to be cleaned out. Utilize the castor oil pack that's going to penetrate and move out the inflammation out of there. Use the white willow bark, which move inflammation and also neutralizes pain. You see, change your diet completely. We can't be eating the same foods that are causing inflammation in the body because that now becomes counterproductive. You get what I'm saying? If we're actually trying to initiate a greater change while at the same time still participating in our own detriment, it becomes counterproductive because like you're canceling out the very same efforts to improve the situation. Fasting. You have any kind of joint problems, fast for 12 days. Don't eat no food. Drink natural juices and water. By 8, 9 days, you start to feel the pain out of your joints and knees leaving already. All right? Yes. Hmm. All right. So the chlorophyll power. Now let's talk about the chlorophyll power. So as we know, chlorophyll is one of the most powerful substance in the universe, obviously. The very oxygen that you're breathing right now is coming out of what? It's coming out of the chlorophyll of the trees that's giving you oxygen to breathe. You see? Okay. The very foods and fruits that you eat was made via the process of what? Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis takes place inside of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a pigment that makes nature green. You see? Now, chlorophyll and the human body has a symbiotic relationship. Remember that. Same molecular structure, same everything. The only difference is that we have iron in the center of our hemoglobins, and in chlorophyll, we have magnesium. Chlorophyll also binds to heavy metal and make them soluble and pull them out of the body. Now, obviously, we have activated charcoal that binds to heavy metals, pull them out. We have bentonite clay that moves heavy metal too. But see, the difference with chlorophyll is that chlorophyll makes them soluble. I don't think you guys understand the level that we're talking about here. It doesn't just try to pull out a heavy metal. Because remember, heavy metal can be in certain places that may be hard to extract. The chlorophyll is able to bind to those heavy metals, make them soluble. Means it's breaking them down, then pulling them out of the body. So when it comes to even stuff like aluminum, mercury, chlorophyll is gonna be your friend, top notch. It's gonna be your friend. Chlorophyll also deodorizes your body as well from the inside. Chlorophyll also build back your red blood cells and your white blood cell count. It build back your immune system completely. See, it's food for the blood. So chlorophyll is a whole nother powerhouse, right? Now, our chlorophyll is very, very dynamic. It's not just no basic shit. It's not them garbage stuff that you guys are just buying in bottle talking about. I'm doing chlorophyll drops. So grow up. Little kid shit talking about, oh, I'm putting a bit of drops of chlorophyll in my water. What are you doing? That's not real chlorophyll. That's synthetic. Okay? Get some chlorophyll from real plants. Now, I'm not going to put my old formula on the internet, but I will tell you some of the powerhouses that are in here. Spirulina, chlorella, alfalfa, and 5 more powerful chlorophyll plants. Okay? A whole powerhouse. Now, this is going to give you your iron. It's going to give you your magnesium. It's going to give you your phosphorus. It's going to give you your selenium. It's going to give you your copper. It's going to give you your cobalt, which is that vitamin B12 that your body needs. You don't need to eat animal products. Okay? It's going to strengthen your bones and your joints. As I said, I have other herbs in here as well. Going to energize your whole entire body. So going to the gym, you don't need no pre-workout. Take 1 teaspoon of this in a glass of water and shake it up. Or put it in your smoothie. You're going to feel it. Okay? You're going to have healthy, clear skin. Good for your lymphatic system as well. So it's power packed with everything that you need. Okay? That's the chlorophyll power. Actually, I was gonna name it cosmic chlorophyll. I'm like, nah, showing you how universally powerful this one is. But I'm like, let me just keep it on the low for now. Chlorophyll power. Let them rock with that for now. Okay? So make sure you check it out. We actually sold out of. Now we have new batch, but the last batch y'all bought out the whole entire thing. Just goes to show you. So it's on high demand. So you might want to get it before it run out again because they're buying it up. Okay. So yeah. And the parasite slayer, you guys already know the parasite tea and the parasite capsules. Yeah. Get those together. Very dynamic together. hmm Very dynamic together. All right. My okra water looks good. My okra water looks good. Oh yeah. Look at it. Really nice. See that water become thick and slimy? Yeah. Okra water is real good. So now what I'm gonna do, okay, so I can do 2 things, right? You can pour the water off and pour more water on the okra to pull the remaining, or you can just pour the water off and drink it, and then just add a little bit of sea salt and cayenne pepper to the remaining okras and just eat them. Because you can't let nothing waste. So you can just pour the water off. Oh, okay, that consistency is perfect. Look at this. Oh, hold up, hold up now, hold up now. Let me just dry my hand off because the consistency is just so good. What is that for? It's for your intestinal lining, your intestinal tract. It's good for your mucosa. Okay, this is how you test it. Look at that. You see that? That's how you know if your okra water is good. Okay, just by you dipping your hand in it. All right. So you know the okra water is ready. Okay? Yes. And as I said, once you pour it off, the remaining okra, you can either pour more water on it, allow it to soak for another day, or you can just add a little bit of sea salt and cayenne pepper and just eat them. They're really, really, really good. Yes. Hmm. All right. There we go. Let me go put my diagram back. Now here's what. Um, I want you to tell me. Oh damn, my phone is dead. Shop phone is dead. Damn. And I wanted to take some calls, but I didn't realize that the shop phone was dead. Okay, so once I get back some charge, I'll probably take a couple calls. If if Instagram don't cut me off, how long have we been here now? We've been here since what, 11 or 12? Before 11, right? So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. So we're here for like 3+ hours already. So let's see. I think 4 hours is the max that Instagram really allows you to be live for. How do I use activated charcoal after a kit? Okay, so when you take your parasite cleanse, say for instance, if I'm taking my parasite cleanse now, right? Well, not really like saying now, but let's say you're taking your parasite cleanse now. Then when you wake up tomorrow, you take your activated charcoal because now while you went to bed, the parasite cleanse was killing off the parasites and the worms and stuff. And those dead parasites is now going to be releasing all type of parasitic debris and waste and stuff. And you don't want that stuff to affect you. So now you're coming with the activated charcoal to bind them up. Now keep in mind that activated charcoal is not absorbable by the human body. You know, because sometimes people ask me, they're like, yo, how much of this stuff should I take? Am I taking too much? And I'm like, relax, you're good. Your body is incapable of absorbing activated charcoal. So when you take activated charcoal, it only moves and go right through your intestine and come right back out. Your body can't absorb it. So even if it was like 5, 10 tablespoon, just hypothetically speaking, right? Your body can't absorb it. It just goes right through, right? So yeah, after you do your parasite cleanse, after you take your parasite cleanse, then you want to take your binder to bind up the dead parasites that's been killed, basically. And you'll flush them right out with the charcoal, bind up to them too. You'll see them sometimes. I mean, sometimes the stool can be black to the point where you can't see what's in there though, but yeah, you know? Mm-hmm. Basically. Basically. Oh, my tea is ready. I almost forgot. Almost forgot. So I'm printing the holder for the paper towel, but now I'm looking at it. Like the diameter of it seems to be smaller than what a paper towel looks like when you pull it out of the package. I don't know. Looks a little bit small, but guess what? I already started it, so gotta see it through. Gotta see it through. Hmm. So this is the sage and rosemary tea. Okay, look at that color. Look at that consistency. Hmm. Very nice. See now, See, this come directly from God, directly from source, directly from nature, directly from the source. You see, now when I put this inside of my body knows exactly what to do with it. This herb is going to do its job. It's going to remove what needs to be removed, nurture what needs to be nurtured, cleanse what needs to be cleansed, fortify what needs to be fortified. In addition to this and eating healthy, I'm creating harmony within my body. There's no foreign substance, no foreign agent to disrupt the natural functions of the living organisms, which is my organs. All right. Mm. Oh, this is sensational. The sage and the rosemary coming together like that. So this is a whole dynamic duo I got going on here. Okay. They just married each other. Just like that. Yeah. Yeah. So I got half of a papaya. I have half of a papaya and I have half of a watermelon. I do feel like it's time for me to eat the watermelon now though, because it's been in the fridge for like 2 days. She's probably not that good to have watermelon in the fridge for more than 3 days. So I'm gonna try to eat it off today. Yeah, I'm gonna try to eat it off today. And I have half of a watermelon, half of a papaya. Um, yeah, that's all I have. So let me drink this tea and we're gonna see what that watermelon's saying. Even though you're not supposed to be drinking hot and cold stuff at the same time. Hmm. Okay. Okay. That made me feel so zen just now. Like that sage and that rosemary just made me feel so zen. Like they're about to tweak up my vibration a little bit more, a little bit more. See you later. I have to go. Thanks for the teachings. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Okay, I know. A lot of people they gotta go to sleep to go for work in the morning. So I fully understand. I fully understand. But the live will be here too. Okay, it'll be here too. So anything you miss, you can rewatch tomorrow as well. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's go take a look at this papaya and this watermelon that we have. I'm hoping that the watermelon is still okay. Okay. Hey, Wanda. I'm hoping that the watermelon is still okay. Well, it does. It does. It feels good. It feels okay. Feels okay. All right. All right. See, I see I had it tied up nicely and all of that. Tied up nicely. The season. Okay, so this watermelon. Remember last time in our conversation, I was telling you, I was telling you how the watermelon is so sweet to the point where I save every seed of it. Like even for the people that I gave, because I gave this lady half of the watermelon. And I'm like, listen, I need every single. I'm only giving you this watermelon on the fact that you're gonna return every single seed of that watermelon to me. She told me when she got home, she gave her family members peace. So I'm like, yo, where the seeds at? Okay. So kind of lost some of the seeds in that regard, but she did save the ones that she ate. Right. So I already saved. I already saved all the seeds that I have already. Um, Let me show you how I save my seeds. So these are all watermelon seeds. So see, I mark it sweet watermelon seeds, right? A hard time finding energy. I ate watermelon last night with the white part and felt so much better today. Ah, that's so good. That's so good, goddess. So here's what: if you eat the watermelon and you start to find energy, right, is most likely the vitamins from it, which goes to the adrenal glands because the adrenal glands governs over your energy basically, right? Because when the adrenal glands are a little bit down, you go through fatigue or what we call like an adrenal burnout. Especially as a therapist, like you're taking on a lot of people's um energy, you know, and helping them to navigate through their trauma and everything. So that does put a lot of pressure on you, whether you realize or not. So it's good to have ways to allow your nervous system to release. Because generally, as a therapist, people by navigating and helping others with their trauma, it dumps over on you energetically. So finding time to allow your nervous system to relax and everything also takes less stress off the adrenal. Because the more stress you go through mentally and physically, the adrenal is going to produce more cortisol, right? And so if it's producing cortisol all the time, it eventually burns out the adrenal. Now it becomes adrenal burnout, which turns into adrenal fatigue. Once the adrenal gland is fatigued, you start to lack energy, basically. You start to lack energy, lack energy, lack energy, right? So you will need vitamin C to boost the adrenal glands back. So I'm going to recommend that you start eating 3 juice oranges every morning. Get the Florida oranges that have seed in them with juice. That's going to give you vitamin C. Papayas, like what we have here. Okay, get some papaya. It's gonna give you vitamin C. Then I want you to get some pine needles, or you can go on Amazon and get like a pine needle tincture, because pine needles are very concentrated in vitamin C, right? So improve your vitamin C, and you should see your energy start coming back because the adrenal glands is coming back online. So that's one thing the watermelon definitely revealed. And keep eating more watermelon. Keep eating more watermelon. Okay. Yeah. So this is what I do when it comes to my watermelon seeds. Okay, I basically just save them on a piece of paper towel, and then I just wrap them up, and then I just put them in here and label it. Okay, yeah, and that's how good this watermelon is. To the point where I'm like, nah, I have to make sure I keep these seeds. You see? Yeah, basically, I'm gonna actually. I need a container so I can wash them off and make them dry. So I need to give them a wash because they still had little pieces of watermelon on them. So I'm gonna have to give them a wash and then put them out to be so the sun can like dry them a little bit. Because the thing is, if they're not like dried, if they're damp, it will cause a little bit of a like a mold around it. So now that I'm here showing them to you, let me just remember to do that. Just remember to do that. hmm But that's how good the watermelon is to the point where I cannot afford to lose any of the seeds, any of them. All right, so I'm gonna catch a little bit of water. I'm gonna add a little bit of vinegar. Okay. Hmm. All right. So yeah, so that is actually how I harvest my watermelon seeds. And again, this is the natural sequence of nature. If you notice, nature always ensures that it keeps on prolonging or multiplying itself, right? This is basically what you would consider to be a what? What's the word I'm looking for? The natural sequence or the natural expression, basically. Nature always reproduces itself by passing on a reproductive factor onto the next creation. So if you're going to the store buying seedless fruits, you're supporting the destruction of the natural process of nature. This is what I keep saying. If people were not buying it, they would have stopped doing it. But the fact that people just be like, yo, I want a watermelon anyway, I'm buying a seedless watermelon. Why why are you doing that? Please tell me. Why are you doing that? People who do stuff like that make the world become a worse place than before because you support every destructive pattern that is introduced. You support it. You support it. If the fruit doesn't have any seed, it has no reproductive factor. It cannot reproduce itself, and that's not natural at all. So why would you support that? Why would you buy that? Get it together. Okay, get it together. All right. So this is the last piece of papaya that I have left. Yes, last piece. And to be honest, when I was buying this papaya, it wasn't giving me that type of like, oh, it's a good papaya. It was more of I just wanted papaya seeds. I'm like, listen, if it doesn't taste good, it's whatever. I just want the seeds out of it. Because the papaya seeds are what contain most of the nutritional profile and also supports your body doing a cleansing process. So the seeds are what we want. Okay? Seeds are what we want. So generally, I don't want to waste none of the seeds. Seeds are what I want. Could have the top layer. Top layer doesn't look that good right now. And I can tell I have to eat this papaya tonight because it's not gonna make it for another day. It's not. It's not. So if you notice, everything that we have here to eat today is all natural foods. Okay? So papaya, watermelon, then I'm gonna have my okra water. And my okra, I'm just gonna put a little bit of sea salt on the okra, a little bit of cayenne pepper, right? I just had my sage and rosemary tea. See how that works? Yes. So notice everything that I'm eating is living. It's natural, not from a laboratory, not processed, no additives, no synthetics. So therefore, I can remain looking young. I can remain looking vibrant. I can remain having a glow because what I'm putting on the inside is what nature intended. I'm also doing proper detoxification of cleansing of my colon, doing my parasite cleanse, getting my lymphatic system going. Because best believe tonight I'm gonna go jump on a trampoline for 20 minutes and get into my sauna for at least 40 minutes instead of my steam sauna. Is it? And then meditation as well, just to keep the faculty sharp. You see, this is the kind, listen, life is about you cultivating your energy, raising your vibration, raising your consciousness. I don't know why you guys think that life is about entertainment. Everybody just want to be entertained. That's not doing nothing for your soul. That's why the Bible said, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? You guys are still in this illusion where you're not asking yourself, who am I? Where am I and why am I here? What is the meaning of life? Do you really think getting up to eat food and go to work and gossip and drama and have sex and be entertained is you living life? How are you living a life but you're disconnected from your own soul though? That's what I'm saying. You're not even cultivating your spirit. So it's kind of like, and remember, I told you guys before in some of the esoteric books that I've studied, they say that if you die in a lower vibrational state than when you were born, you get recycled back as an animal. Now I don't know how true this is, so I can't say it as if I know that is fact, but it makes sense. So they're saying that even though we may take having a body for granted, there's a lot of other beings that would love to have a body. And it makes sense. Doesn't demons try to take over people's body? Disincarnate beings that don't have a physical body, they want to be able to feel, to experience. That's why they hijack people's bodies. So you might not you might not find your own temple to be valuable because you lack self-love, because you grew up in a family or a society that disempowers you to the point where you don't even give a fuck about yourself. So you may not have that intimate connection with your own self to the point where you value yourself and love yourself enough to nurture yourself and build you up. And you know, I get that. But best believe that having a body is like a privilege. Owning one of these temples, this is a vehicle. Remember, it's a vehicle that you're using to have the human experience. It's a vehicle on the physical plane. You exist on the physical plane, the mental plane, the etheric plane, and the astral plane. So you have a physical body, you have a mental body, you have an etheric body, you have an astral body. When you're dreaming at night, that's your astral body. When you're thinking in your imagination, you're using the mental body. These are layer on top of each other. It's just that this body is the most dense one. So it's physical and you can see it and touch it, but you're not seeing the other ones. But keep in mind that this is your vehicle for the physical plane. Having one of these temple is a privilege. It's not that, oh, not because you see so much people out into the world. You're thinking that, oh, everybody just have a body. It's not a big deal. It is a fucking big deal. Let me tell you. Okay. Now, according to the mystics and the yogis and the Tibetan monks and you know, the mystics, these are the people who spend time cultivating themselves and their energy, uniting their consciousness with the divine source, because they wanted to get an understanding of who they are, what is the purpose of life, what is life, and why are we here. These people dedicated their time into cultivating themselves and attuning themselves to the divine, to where they can synchronize with that wisdom of understanding. And they say that having a human body is a privilege. There's a lot of other beings that wish they had one. And they're saying that if you die in a low vibrational state than the vibrational energy that you were born with, you get reincarnated back, but you don't have enough power or enough soul force to power up another human body. So you come back as an animal. Now, guys, I'm not saying that this is a fact and I know this for sure. I'm only telling you what I've learned or come into awareness of on my own journey of trying to figuring out who I am, what is this world, what is this universe. So this is just a small fraction of the body of knowledge that I've come into awareness of and process it. And I'm like, damn. But at the same time, that's not far-fetched at all. You you can't say it's true and you can't say it's fake either because you don't know. But again, let me ask you this. How much do you know about this world, this reality about yourself, even for you to deny the possibility of anything? You don't know nothing. You don't even know who you are. So how you gonna say something is not true? Oh, I don't believe that. You get what I'm saying? You don't know enough for you to deny that something is not true. Are you gonna get what I'm saying here? There's also another concept saying that if you can think of something, if you can imagine something, it's because it exists. In some layer or dimensional reality, it exists. Otherwise, you would not be able to conceive of that thought. Remember, the universe is infinite possibility. Anything you can think of exists. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able, or capable of thinking of it. See what I'm saying? Your thoughts is still operating within the framework of reality, which means that there's a source point of why you can even think of that. This is one thing I want you to think about here. Now, let me just put this into perspective as an example where you can kind of see this. So they're saying that, okay, let's just say that you were born with 10,000 joules of energy, because joules of energy is also a unit. Like you guys may have like, oh, this degree, this number, right? Joules is a form of a unit for different energetic source. So let's say that you were born, when you were born as a baby, you came into the world and you have 10,000 joules of spiritual force. Okay? Now, I want you to see this, okay? Because remember, as you're born, you start to go through a life. You start to be traumatized. People start to hurt you, betrayed you. And that's why a lot of us, we carry around all these trauma, right? We carry around trauma and pain and grief and resentment because the world have done us dirty. The people who've been here before us have traumatized us. We was innocent. We didn't understand that this is the way the world works. You get what I'm saying? So anyway, so let's just say that you were born with 10,000 force, jewel force of energy, spiritually. Then you die with 1,000, or if you say 9,000, instead of dying with on 30 or 40 or 50,000. Basically, since you die at a lower vibrational state than when you came into the reality, when you go through reincarnation, you don't have enough energy to be qualified for another human vessel. So now you have to take on a vessel of a lower nature, which is probably like a dog or a cat or another animal. Now again, one can say, yo, bro, I don't believe that. That's not possible. I don't think that's how it works. But don't you guys have animals and pets that act just like human beings? Tell me. I've been on the internet and see you guys put your pets online that are expressing human emotions. I'm pretty sure each one of you knows somebody with a pet or have some kind of pet yourself that express human qualities. You're like, yo, this is like a person. This is not even a normal cat. It acts just like a human being. Am I lying? I'll wait for your answer. I'll wait for your answer because this is a deep dive, right? Exactly. So I'm not saying what they're saying is true as if I have solid proof, but we can use observation and see that, oh, this is a possibility, of course. And it kind of makes sense because if coming into the human experience, you have to have at least 10,000 soul force to power up a human body. But then you end up dying with 9 or 8 or 7. You don't have that energy again to be qualified for a human body. So think of it like energy, like money, like a currency. If you don't got $1 million, you probably can't afford, well, I don't know what car costs $1 million, but just hypothetically speaking, if a if a if a if a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini costs 1 million and you got 900K, you still can't buy it. You get what I'm saying? So that's what they're saying. If you die in a lower vibration energetic than when you were born, then you get recycled back and you're only qualified for a smaller or a lower nature body to come back into the experience with. Now, I for sure would not fuck around and try to come back as an animal because I've seen what you guys do to animals. Okay, y'all skin them and use their skin to make your shoes and your handbags. Okay, y'all eat up them animals. I've seen what you guys do down here to animals. I would not want to come back as one. Okay, y'all are savages, literally. So that's what they're saying. So anyway, what I'm saying now, family, is this, right? What I'm saying is this, right? Since you're here in this human experience. You were born, we're here in this life. You don't believe that there's a more divine purpose of you existing? Everything has a purpose. Everything within the universe is made with divine intention as a purpose. Why do you think I'm here with you on this healing journey every day? For the last 15 years, I've been here with you every day of life because this is my purpose. I know this is my purpose. So my job is to do the best job I can possibly do because I'm also proving to myself and my higher self and divine source that yes, and the ancestors that passed on all their gifts to me. I'm proving that to say, yes, I can utilize these gifts that I've been given to fulfill my mission and serve humanity in the highest way possible. So this is also like me proving to myself that yes, I can, I can live in fulfillment of my purpose, basically. And I get fulfillment and joy from doing that. Nothing else makes me happy, literally. I don't do this for money or for nothing or for fame or nothing like that. Simply just my purpose of being able to assist others. That's what makes me happy. That's what makes me fulfilled. There's nothing you can offer me that give me fulfillment better than me being here and helping others. Because this is what I was born to do. Everything lined up. I also come from a long lineage of medicine men and medicine women. My grandparents, great grandparents, I grew up with herbalists, nurturers, life past six. You see? So I'm here regardless of the shadow banning. Yes, I have a million followers, but they still ban my content and keep me suppressed. For the fact that I have a million people here, but it's only like 100 people on live every time. That goes to show you. But am I letting that bother me? No, because I understand that coming into this with a divine purpose, I was always gonna have oppressive forces trying to block me. That's why none of this stuff surprises me. I keep going regardless. Because it's not about what's happening, it's about what am I doing, what am I supposed to do. You see? So this is my purpose. I'm fulfilled. I find alignment and fulfillment to living in my purpose. It makes me happy. I'm joyful. I'm motivated. I'm excited. You see? So I'm in the felt presence of immediate experience through living to my purpose. So now let me ask you this. You don't think that there's a divine purpose of you existing too? Do you really believe that eating up all this food, having all this sex, watching TV, worshiping celebrities, joining fake religion, is that really fulfilling your soul? Tell me, I'm listening. Let's just say that okay, put it like this. Let's say that you get all the money in the world. You get all the money you wanted. You get all the sex you wanted. You get all the attention you wanted, right? The fame you wanted. At the end of your life, you still did not accomplish nothing. All you got was just worldly pleasures and acknowledgement. But yes, you didn't make, you see, you didn't fulfill your soul purpose. So still, that's what the Bible said. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Yes, you can gain the world. And generally, you have like 100 years to live, probably less, given the fact that you're eating how you're eating, thinking how you're thinking, and the lifestyle that you're living. So at the end of your human experience, what did you truly accomplish? You didn't accomplish nothing. Remember, you can't take the money with you. You wasn't born with no money. You can't take the material things with you. You wasn't born with it. You have accomplished nothing. That's what I'm saying. If you really sit down and take a look into all of this shit, it doesn't matter how much sex you have. It fades. Pleasures fade. You cannot live your whole entire existence based off pleasure. Pleasure never stays with you. It keep on fading. When you eat food, you're hungry again. You have sex, you're horny again. When you get attention, it fades. You're doing something to get attention again. When you watch a movie for entertainment or whatever other levels of entertainment, notice it fades and you're looking for more entertainment. It's not fulfilling. It just fade away. You can't keep it. You're forever looking for that. So you cannot live your existence off of that. You have to live your existence off of your purpose. It's the only thing that will eternally fulfills you. You see? I'm very much young, but I've done so much in this world already to the point where it's like I'm fulfilled already, knowing that I came here and I operate and live every moment of my life within my divine purpose. So, you see, it's a difference. That fulfillment stays with me eternally. But aside from all the pleasures, you cannot live your life off pleasures. Okay? So you need to ask yourself, what is the divine purpose of the why I was created? What am I here for? What is the deeper meaning behind my existence? You have to ask yourself these questions and find that alignment. Watching Netflix shows and movies and series, worshiping celebrities, having ton of sex outside, going to parties, drinking alcohol, voting for government and presidents. What is that actually doing for you? It's a waste of your time and your energy. It's just another form of distraction from you cultivating your soul's purpose and elevating your spirit. Can't you guys see what I'm saying here? It's a mirage. It's shit that you do, but the energy just leaves you, leaves you, leaves you. Nothing is actually empowering you back. None of this stuff is bringing you closer to yourself. None of it is expanding your awareness or raising your consciousness. So what is it doing for you? Nothing. It's an illusion. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have worldly fun. Obviously, we have a physical body, we're in a physical plane. But you have to prioritize what matters, your soul purpose, raising your consciousness. That's the thing that actually matters at the end of the day. That's what the Bible says, starve the flesh and feed the spirit. What does it profit a man to gain the world but loses his soul? You have to align with your purpose. Now some may say, hey, how do you find your purpose? You go within. That meditation. You notice how easy it is to get up in the morning and jump on your phone and go on social media? You know how easy it is to just put your headphones in and start playing trap music or whatever kind of music you listen to? Do you notice how easy it is to turn on your TV and watch a Netflix series or movies or follow celebrities online to see what they got going on? Then notice how hard it is for you to sit in meditation for 20 minutes? Exactly. You must go within. Go within the silence. Go within the stillness. It's where your intuition becomes loud. It's where that inner voice with no sound speaks to you. It's where God communion with you, literally, within that silence. That's what the Bible again says, be still and know that I'm God. You must go within. You're not going to find no connection with God in religion. You're not going to commune with your own soul or your higher self in no religion or joining no cults or secret societies type shit like that. You must go within yourself. Again, the Bible says, knock, knock, and it shall be open. Seek, and you shall find. Ask, and you shall be answered. It's literally telling you that, hey, you go within the kingdom. Remember, the Bible again tells you the body is the temple of God. The kingdom of God is within. It's literally telling you straight up. And I'm not a religious person, but I know how to, I know how to take the teachings from the book. It's very encrypted, but it's teaching you how to raise your consciousness to Christ consciousness. It's not teaching you to be a blind follower of some faith. You have to embody the teachings again. Don't talk about, oh, I'm religious, but you're not embodying the teaching. You have to embody it. Fast for 40 days like Christ. The body is a temple of God. Cleanse out the temple. Purify the temple. If the kingdom of God is within, go within. See what I'm saying? The seven seals of Revelation, the seven chakras. You can unlock these chakras. How do you unlock these chakras? Overcome the seven deadly sins. Overcome fear. That's a root chakra. Overcome lust. That's the sacral chakra. When it's imbalanced, you become lustful. Those are the seven deadly sins. Fear, lust, greed, envy, pride, sloth. Once you can overcome these, your chakras becomes unlocked. Obviously, there's more deeper layers of work that needs to be done to unlock your chakras, like releasing trauma, forgiving people who hurt you or harmed you, releasing resentment and grief so you become more lighter. Work on your nervous system so that it can release this stored up energy from bad experience that you've had. There's layers to this, but just on a surface level, the seven seals of revelation or the seven chakras within the body correspond to the 7 days of the week, correspond to the seven frequencies of the rainbow, correspond to the seven visible planets. Notice that seven has a significance? Yes. And the seven deadly sins, you must overcome them. Most of y'all, you have not overcome fear. In 2020, y'all went to take a whole job out of fear. Look at lust. Lust have most people in a chokehold, creating broken homes. Look at society. Diseases going around crazy because of lust. See what I'm saying? Gluttony. Look how unhealthy and your body is riddled with diseases because you can't stop eating the same garbage food that's killing you. That's gluttony. That's a spirit of gluttony have you in a chokehold. Envy. Look at the evil eye. That's why I tell people, do not post your business online. Okay? Again, if you're seeking attention, do not post your business online seeking attention. Okay? The evil eye will destroy your shit. And I talk about the evil eye on a deeper level, what it is, how did it came to be, what's the source. It's even mentioned in the Babylonian text. This should have been ancient. All civilization from all walks of life was aware of the evil eye and find different methods to ward it off, or to protect themselves from it. We'll talk about that on a whole nother life. I don't want to bring over into this thing, but again, as I'm saying, the seven deadly sins have most people in a chokehold. People who sell their soul, people that will sell their body for money. That's the greed. That's the spirit of greed again. So we got work to do. Okay? Can't come in this life acting like this is just what life is supposed to be. Oh, let me just go to work. Let me just like, oh, I'm horny. Let me just go have sex. Oh, I'm hungry. Give me fast food. Oh, I'm bored. Give me entertainment. Give me movies. Give me celebrities to worship. Let me go vote for the government. That's not real life. It's fake. See, the real question you should be asking is, who am I? Where am I? Why am I here? What is the purpose and deeper meaning behind my existence? Am I in alignment with my soul's blueprint? Let me figure myself out. That's what the ancient says. The greatest knowledge is the knowledge of self. The greatest knowledge is the knowledge of self. Figure yourself out first. What are your gifts? What are your natural talents? You see, most people don't even try to figure out their gifts and their natural talent. They go to school, get a job, and work a job for the rest of your life. You're not supposed to be working that job. That's not what God created you to do. Then you get to some job, talk, I'm the supervisor. That's not a part of your soul's blueprint. You have natural innate gifts and abilities that was bestowed within you when you were born, in your energetic signature. You need to tap into that. But guess what? Because you're not going within, you're lost. You're not going within, so you're lost. Why do you think people end up asking, oh, I need a guru. Oh, I need a spiritualist to tell me this. I need to join a cult. Because you're looking for things to be a part of so that you can feel like you're something. Go within. You'll forever be lost until you go within yourself. Sit and go into the silence, go into the stillness. Everything will be revealed to you. That's why it says, knock and it shall be open. Seek and you shall find. Ask and you shall be answered. It's going within. Start meditating every day for 20 minutes and see. Your inner world literally starts to open up. Everything about yourself will be revealed to you. It's not hiding from you. You're just not going there. The fact that you know nothing about yourself, but you know what Kylie Jenner had for breakfast this morning is fucking crazy. What are you guys living for? Do you really believe that eating food and having sex and being entertained is living? That's sad. That's some sad shit. That's some real sad shit. If you think all of this stuff that we're doing really matters, it doesn't. Okay? All this shit doesn't matter if it's disconnecting you from your soul. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to make. Not saying that you can't have fun, but if it disconnects you from your soul, if it's not bringing you closer to who you are and bring you closer into alignment, it's not. See, that's not it. Anyway, family, I only have 5% battery left. So both my devices gonna die. YouTube, thank you for being here with me. I'm on 2% on YouTube, so my device is about to die. So YouTube, thank you for being here with me tonight. I trust and hope that we can find something valuable within our session, and I look to continue to connect and build with you all in this lifetime. All right, so until next time, I'll see you all again. All right, YouTube, big up on yourself. One love. If you need anything, visit alkalinejungle.com at the website to get any herbal products you may need. You can also book a consultation with me too. Okay? So, YouTube space, we're going to close out.